and welcome to the Student Robotics 2023 Competition, hosted at the lovely University of Southampton. Welcome to our new presenter, because you may remember me from last year, although now I'm not wearing a mask. So, who are you?
I am Imi. I am a former SR competitor last year, and I'm really excited to be here today, and I'm looking forward to seeing the whole competition unfold.
Yeah, this sounds great.
So this is the 15th anniversary of Student Robotics, and it's the culmination of 6 months of hard work. We've had a lot of involvement from a massive group of people, us as volunteers, team supervisors, and the people supporting the students, that's their teachers and mentors. This year we had both a virtual league and challenges before the competition, so that gave teams an opportunity to gain some league points. We'll mention this later. So, the game this year, it's called Greed. There are 4 robots and plenty of tokens.
And the point is to get as many tokens in your scoring zone as possible. This year, they're different coloured tokens, so I can show you one of the tokens here and another one here. So the bronze tokens are worth 3 game points, the silver tokens are worth 12 game points, and the gold tokens, which we don't have here with us, are worth 30 game points.
The markers on every token, which you can see, are identical, so teams will need to use interesting and different sensor approaches to be able to differentiate them. We've seen teams detect tokens by mass and even reading the individual pixel data coming from the camera.
Yeah, so the winners of the matches will get given league points, and we'll talk about that later.
So the outline of the day, league matches will be starting at 1:30 after about 3 hours of matches, which is a lot of robotics, and then we'll be wrapping up around 5.
Yeah, so with matches, there will be league matches today, and there'll be league matches and the knockouts tomorrow. So the knockouts means leading up to the final end of the competition.
Throughout the day, there's a lot of help available to competitors, including roving helpers and the help desk. Competitors are also able to test their robot in the test arena we set up for them, so they can get some practicing for the league matches.
And what is so cool about the help desk, because I was able to do a little bit of this morning, is that they have a ticketing system. So you can actually, the team's communicating with you, saying, hey, can you do this? Then you can click on the ticket and go and fix it. So cool.
I've also helped out at the help desk, and it's a lot of fun. A little bit frantic at times, but
oh, it always is.
It always is. Speaking of things blue shirts are happy to do, we're very happy to give you this message about our sponsors.
So Student Robotics is completely volunteer run, and we rely completely on donations. So thank you so much to the organisations, because we wouldn't be able to do anything that we do without their generous support. In particular, we would like to thank Adventurous Machines, who offer bespoke electronic design service. We'd like to thank Mythic IT Dev, who promote fully managed technology design services, and we would like to thank the Electronics and Computer Science Department at the University of Southampton. And of course I'm a little bit biased, having recently graduated from said department. Thank you, Southampton.
So now we'll have a league explanation. Anna, do you want to lead with that?
Sure. So the league points feed into our leagues, and the positions in the league tables are used to see the knockouts, which will be tomorrow. So you kind of get, similar teams at similar levels going against each other.
Yeah. So I'll talk a little bit about the virtual competition and challenges that we've had before to the competition today. So you may have noticed that some of our teams already have quite a large number of league and game points. These are a result of our new approach to the competition season, which means there are 3 phases. First we had the challenges phases, then the virtual competition, and now we're at the main league and knockouts today.
So what's wonderful about this system, and the fact that, people have already gained league points, is that you can actually make progress before the competition. So it encourages the student competitors to continue developing throughout the year, which is lovely to see, that they're not doing the classic student thing of doing everything last minute.
I can definitely say as my time as a competitor, it's very common to do stuff last minute, so having this incentive to be working on it all the year through is very helpful. So a little bit of information about the 3 challenges. The first challenge was movement. So this just means having a robot that can autonomously complete 3 continuous circuits of a triangular path and then return to the start.
Take 1.
It may sound easy, but I promise you it's a lot harder than it sounds.
It went a bit over that time. So is that to account for it? Yeah.
Like I said, the start of the one and end at exactly the same point.
Yeah,
What happened to that piece of tape?
It's very hard to get up to sometimes.
So impressive. So the next one is the sensor challenge. So this is to autonomously differentiate between any two of the 3 token types. So you can either be these two, or we add a gold as well. And again, the token markers this year, as you can see, these symbols are exactly the same on all sides of this token and on all sides of all tokens. So the only way to differentiate is by the differences in colour. And as you can tell with this kind of lighting, it's not that easy. So, they use the LEDs on the new KCH chip, and they have detected the less valuable token by illuminating LED A and the more valuable token by illuminating another LED. So, congrats!
And then our final challenge was a vision challenge. So for this, teams needed to demonstrate using the LEDs on the brain board that they were aware of their position relative to 3 different arena wall markers. This means that they'll be able to navigate around the arena and hopefully drive where they want to go. Here we can see Tiffin's school showing us how good their robot is at identifying markers.
We have C. Perfect.
Yeah, so now let's talk about our virtual competition. In February, we hosted a virtual competition. The first one in the same year as the physical one. We've had previous virtual competitions in COVID, but this is the first time doing them both in 1 year. This was a simulated version of the arena on a simulator built on Weebots. And teams were invited to submit code to compete in a league-style matches.
Perfect.
Yeah, we want to thank all of the volunteers who helped develop the simulator and run the virtual competition, and also just Student Robotics as a whole for, coming up with something during COVID, like the virtual competition, and then carrying on with it, because it's a good thing. So, thank you.
Yeah, let's watch some highlights.
Up in the green corner. And off they go, as we can see, very quick up the line, grabbing their very first bronze token straight in less than 5 seconds. Fantastic performance.
We're just going to speed up this part of the match so we can show you the end result more quickly, where Haberdasher scored a lot of points.
4 seconds left in this match. Will they be able to get this final bronze token? No, not quite. Harrison Minster moving the gold further into their scoring zone. Whilst that may make it harder for another team to find, it does make it marginally easier to grab onto. But at the same time, we actually have Queen Mary's College going straight for...
And again, we're just going to speed things up a bit. Queen Mary's College do very well in this match, and later on we get to see a nail-biting scoring call in Collier's zone.
The robots might be like aggressive or not not particularly happy with each other.
What a really mean robot.
Indeed. Now what I want to do is I want to have a look at that token. Where does it sit? That's in both. That is just, and that is washes, shadows, and everything else. Within the simulator, it's much more. It's going to be exactly the same in every single match.
Kegs is doing quite well here. They've got a lot of bronzes. As a reminder, bronzes are worth 3 points in this game, silver's 12, and golds a whopping 30. Speaking of which, there's that gold grab from RGS, and they get it with 5 seconds to go. They really want to just count us at the last minute there. 5 seconds to go. Last minute gold grab by RGS there. Wow.
Well, we did say that their strategy was get some tokens, then go for the gold, and they did exactly that.
We did. I told you they were the ones to watch, and I should have followed my own advice there. That grab won them the match.
Well, let's have a look. Is Pink still in contact with that token? Yes. So that means that by our rules, that token is in the robot, not in the arena. Which means sadly it is only worth 1/3.
Yeah,
it's actually pointless. Yeah, it's a very interesting strategy. Which once we've seen it, it was, I think you had even only just a few minutes prior said, "Oh, that'd be a really interesting idea," and it turns out MAI were actually doing it.
Yeah, instant gold there from House Westminster.
Oh, that is
a tussle. They're going to tussle straight afterwards, and they might. But they go for that instant gold. Slightly slower, but still a gold from Wisbeach.
From Wisbeach. Very, very well done from them. Bit of a tussle going on there between MAI and Harris Westminster.
I'm looking forward tremendously to seeing what everyone pulls off in the physical competition. It should be a really good event.
Yes, so as Alistair said, I am also really looking forward to this competition. It should be a lot of fun, and hopefully the teams are really happy with how they perform. So I'm joined here with Tyler, who's going to talk a little bit about the new kit updates.
Hello, so I'm part of the kit team committee in SR, and as a team we're responsible for dealing with both the actual sort of prepping and sending off of the kit to actual teams each year, but also in developing and improving the kit. And this year we've had a few improvements. So the first of which is a new brain board. So the kit is currently called version 4, having had previous iterations, and this is an improvement on the previous version 4. So we switched to using the Raspberry Pi 4 with a custom hat which we call the KCH on top, which handles power and provides user extra info using the LEDs. So by doing this change, it's given us the ability to have more compute power on the device, but also even though Pis are hard to buy, the previous brain board we had wasn't purchasable anymore. So with a bit of help from the Raspberry Pi Foundation, we were able to purchase enough to equip all the teams with a brand new compute board on the device. In addition to that, we've also done improvements on the software side. The first of which being a new web interface for the teams. This will let them access debug logs, access a start button and other information as if they were directly looking at and touching their robot, but they can do that from a tablet or other device, which makes it much easier for testing and debugging. The other improvement was to upgrade the version of Python running on it. We were running previously an older version, and we've now brought it up to date so they can use more external libraries and other features from elsewhere on their robot, which allow them to code more things and generate better entries into the competition.
Great. So for competitors who were here last year and competed, what are the main differences they're experiencing this year?
So largely a lot of the APIs and stuff they'd have used to sort of interface their robot will remain the same. They'll have access to the new features of the Python 3.10 and the coding side. The web interface will let them help with their debugging, testing and programming, and because they've got the additional compute power, they'll be able to write more intensive and more demanding programs should they need to.
Great. Sounds like a lot of really important changes have been made, and hopefully our teams make full use of them.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of good use from it from the teams this year, so interested to keep on seeing what they're going to keep on doing with it.
They always surprise us every year. Never know what the teams are going to get up to, but yes, always fun to see that. So, during the day, we're going to talk a little bit about general procedure for today. So, when we finish today...
Hopefully that gave you what you need.
Yeah. So thank you for joining, and thank you sponsors for sponsoring us. We couldn't do any of this without you guys. So those, as we said earlier, are Adventurous Machines, IT Dev, and of course the Electronics and Computer Science Department at the Uni of Southampton.
Thank
Couldn't
you.
do any of it without you.
Thank you so much. And of course, if you want to volunteer, if you want to compete, just go to studentrobotics.org. We're always happy to take on volunteers, even if it's literally tomorrow, or if you have, just 5 minutes each week, that's more than enough. Thank you.
Also worth noting that you don't have to be at the University of Southampton to volunteer. I'm not, so I've come back here to help out, even though I'm not to do with the Uni of Southampton. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun people that you get to work with.
Definitely, and
Yeah.
cool people you get to meet as well.
10 out of 10 recommend.
Definitely.
So we have this stream today. We also will be having a stream tomorrow, so you can follow along with all of the remaining league points and the knockouts.
And the finals.
And the finals, yes indeed. We'll get to see who is victorious, who the best robots are.
And obviously the other awards as well.
Yes, the
I've
other
seen
awards.
some people dressed unusually, let's just say.
We've had some Raspberry Pi slices, I believe, wandering around.
Oh, definitely, yes. Hopefully we'll get to show them during the live stream as well.
Yes. I've also seen someone with, I want to say tentacles and some very fun face paint.
Someone did tell me about that. Yeah, I thought
Yeah.
they were joking. I was just having a very strange day.
I have seen it around.
So I
I'm
guess
not
that
sure
is
what the theme
real.
is, but yeah, I look forward to hearing more about it. Last year we had some great themes, including a Doctor Who fantastic from Hills Road, and this year they have got a lot of sharks, which we've been inundated with, which is their theme, which is very fun.
Lahaj.
Lahaj, the shark.
Oh, Blowhigh.
Maybe he'll just sit here and commentate with us.
Oh, you can hold him if you'd
can hold
like.
him, yeah.
I'm glad you volunteered to do that.
Keep
Yeah,
you company.
that's outside my role description, I'm afraid.
It makes a change from the many ducks we had last year.
You say that. You say that. We all with the cutest little face. Jenny, you're so cute. I distinctly remember last year, one of them, I went back to the teams, afterwards when we were packing away, and I was like, oh, here's your duck back, because we had it on during the whole live stream on a little microphone. And they were like, oh no, just keep it. I still have it at home. I just look at it like, yes, that was a good day.
Yes,
good weekend.
that was my team last year, and I think we had 50, maybe 100 little
50.
ducks. We bought a lot.
What was the origin of the ducks?
Well, the origin was we were going to get some snacks during a particularly long robotics session, and we were in Tesco's and we saw a toy rubber duck, and we sort of fell in love with it right there and then. And so it began. The initial duck was called Goose. It was our mascot last year, and then a duck obsession sort of began to grow. We kept ordering more and more ducks, placed them around.
And now you've switched to
and now we switched to sharks.
sharks.
Interesting move. Duck for shark. I'm not sure I see the connection, but yeah, it's a good one.
It's closer to our colour scheme, to be
It is
fair.
closer to our colour scheme. That is true. They decided to match the blue shirts. Maybe next year we'll have to match the blue shirts to the shark.
Yeah, no, I'm
So
already
that's
warm
the
enough
kit
as
team.
I am. I don't think I can wear that
Yeah,
next
the
this year.
fleece material might be a bit challenging.
Yeah.
It is very warm under these very impressive lights.
Oh yes, no, it's lovely. And we have an upgraded setup as well, so we're not completely blue.
Yes, if you're watching last year, the live stream was somewhat tinted, but never fear, it is fixed now.
It was enough for you to recognise me, so.
That is true, that is true. Yeah, this is any advice for a newbie on the live stream? No? Putting you on the
Just
spot.
go for it.
Just go for it.
Yeah.
Perfect. And if this is your first student robotics that you're observing, then I guess just follow along. It might be a bit chaotic at start, but
Oh, it's always going to be
always
chaotic.
chaotic.
That's part of the fun.
yeah, we'll get the hang of it.
Yeah.
And to all of our first time competing teams, I think we have 4, is that right?
Oh yes, definitely. So we
Where
have
are they?
Langley Grammar School and Sherborne School and Tiffin School and Westminster City School. So thank you, rookie teams. It's always great to have new teams.
Yes, and we have a lot of our long-standing
Oh,
competitors back again. Cranbrook, Hills Roads, who else is pretty? Queen Mary's College, Peter Simmons College. A lot of long-standing competitors back again. Always lovely to see.
And always growing as well. Yeah,
Yes,
that's
yeah.
great to see.
The teams just seem to get bigger and bigger every year.
Yeah.
I don't know how they do it. I don't know where they find all these people, but
Well, clearly robotics is exciting.
yes,
so,
it is.
Yeah.
I can confirm. Robotics is very exciting.
And, we both went into engineering, so something is
Did?
working.
Yes, that is right. Yeah, do you want to talk a bit about your experience at Southampton and electrical?
Electronic.
engineering.
No.
I'm sorry.
5 volts above? No, I don't deal with that. So yeah, no, it's been fantastic. I mean, it's literally defined my career. So yeah, now I'm doing embedded software, which is literally electronics, but with software. So
Great.
yeah, no.
Is that something you thought you wanted to do before the degree, before robotics?
I mean, at the start, I really wasn't quite sure what I would do. I remember applying for a scholarship and saying, architect maybe. That's like, artsy with maths.
I also looked into
yeah.
architecture. I'm not sure what that is. I don't know. That's strange. But I also thought about it.
Yeah.
Didn't do it in the end. But
At the end of the day, engineering is just, think outside the box. So
that is true. That is true.
any engineering is exciting.
Yes.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
no, Southampton's been great as well. Yeah, because I had the opportunity to take a module called Bio-Inspired Robotics, which is very, very cool, and obviously leads into this kind of thing. So
Biomimicry is a very fun area to look into. I remember going to a talk last year. And fascinating. All about how flies jump and land and don't fall over. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I understood all of it, but it was fascinating.
But even like not the mechanical parts of it, so just like the thinking. So in a similar way to how they program the virtual competitions, it's about how different animals interact with each other, and swarm robotics, that kind of thing.
Yes. Yeah. Swarm of
my
shark
thing.
robotics. maybe.
A school of sharks?
School of sharks? I think that's right.
Say school of fish.
School of fish. I mean,
A flock.
if you've any clue, comment. Comment? Is that what people can do?
If you can comment,
If you can comment.
comment.
Tell us what the collecting animate sharks is. A school would make sense. It is a fish after all.
Yeah, but usually they don't make sense. So if it makes sense, it's wrong.
that's
You see,
true, that's
that's
true.
one thing I have learned.
That's true with a lot of things, actually. If
Yes.
it looks like it's gonna make sense,
You're
that's not right.
probably
You're
wrong.
probably wrong.
Yeah, except for like certain parts of maths. certain parts of maths, it's like the answer is either 1 or 0 or I. We have an update. Very technical. I can now produce the laughing.
This is
that's
our very
great.
technical laser screen display telling us what the next match is.
I mean, you say that, but there's so many cool things. Like, you can see the league scores.
Yes, yeah.
I have to think about that really hard. Up there.
It is disorienting. It's sort of switched around. It's hard to
Yeah,
figure out,
yeah.
So our next match we have Peter Simmons College, who will be in Zone 0. Is that correct? Excellent.
I
Zone
can
0.
pull up the league tables.
Then we also have Royal Grammar School of Guildford, who will be in Zone 1. Then we have Brockenhurst. Goodness, that was a tongue twister. Brockenhurst College in Zone 2. And we have Cat College Cambridge in Zone 3. Zero indexing is going to catch me out every time.
Oh, I love
Every
zero
time.
indexing though, you know, software engineer. Oh.
I don't do enough software, I'm not acclimatized to zero indexing.
But yeah, if you want to see the league tables yourself, although personally I think it's much more exciting listening to us talking about them, you can go to studentrobotics.org/comp/schedule.
Yes, and there you can see all the upcoming, not just the next match, but all the matches after that.
The rest of the day, and
rest of the
yeah,
day,
you get
yes.
to see that we're going to be here for a long time.
Yep, a long time, but it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yes, definitely.
Do we have any predictions for how teams might do this game?
I
And
genuinely
anything
don't
you've
know. I think we have some information about how they're looking. I think
Yes,
some teams
potentially.
were, like, their strategy was just to get as many tokens as possible and hope for the best. So not even like trying to identify whether it's, oh, that really is heavy, whether it's you know, silver or bronze, but just getting all the tokens. Which,
That is one strategy, yeah.
I think in
Get
a
them
way, like, it's interesting because looking back at the other competitions, there are a lot of times when it would have been better to just do something than to do nothing and
Yes.
focus on getting the gold. So
Yeah, A lot
it's
of
an
the
interesting
times,
strategy.
If you can make something happen consistently, that's better than a sort of Hail Mary that sometimes
Yeah.
works.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I discovered last year at least.
I guess like the tortoise on the hare. in a
Yeah,
way,
exactly.
yeah.
Slowly but surely. So last year on our very first match, we got I think a grand total of 0 points, which was not so good. But we slowly built it up, and we sort of collected. It was tin cans last year
Yes.
in a break from the traditional cubes.
Oh, it was tin
We moved on
cans.
to tin cans, which is very interesting
Yeah.
to actually.
It
Whether
was
they were full
interesting
of
to clean up
carrots or
the.
peas, I'm
I
not
think
sure.
I think they were donating to charity or something. But no, honestly, like getting the labels off the tin cans. You know.
Oh, I can imagine.
I remember people trying, you know, different methods of getting the labels off, and the lights have dimmed.
they dimmed. Oh, we're getting ready.
I've got 40 seconds left.
And the robots, people are ready and waiting in the arena. Excellent. So there you can see the robots. You can just see in Zone 2, that is Brockenhurst. I think a bit out of shot will be Zone 1 by the looks of it. Then in Zone 0, that's Peter Simmons College. And in Zone 3, that is Cats College, Cambridge. Look forward to seeing what they're going to do. I think take over.
Start of the Student Robotics 2023 competition. We're starting at match number 20. We have in the green, we have Peter Simmons. In the orange, RGS Guildford. In the pink, Brockenhurst. And the yellow, Cats Cambridge. Let's start in 4, 3, 2, 1. Begin. Very quick route off the line there from the RGS Guildford robot. Sadly, not a huge amount of signs of life here coming from the Cats robot. I stand corrected. There they are, very quickly moving off the line. Trying to steal some Peter Simmons robot tokens. We had the Brockenhurst robot slowly stealing tokens from the Cats College corner. Very slowly grabbing their 2 nice bronze tokens. Will they be able to get them back into their scoring zone? We will see. Very slow movement out of the Peter Simmons corner. In fact, this isn't Peter Simmons, this is the Cats robot. Trying to steal tokens. Slowly trying to line up to a bronze. Can they grab it? Just about. Nope, just lost it. That's a shame. Slow movement there from the RGS Guildford robot. Trying to grab outside of our arena. There's no tokens there, I'm afraid. Just air. That doesn't score you any points. Now they're lining up towards some bronze. Let's see what they can do. In the meantime, we have the Cats College robot slowly grabbing a bronze and pushing them almost into their opponent's zone. That's not a very good strategy.
looks like Cats have managed to grab a few tokens, but they haven't managed to take them anywhere so far.
No, that's a real shame. I mean, they start with a ton in their scoring zone, but they're just not. They need to get them. Need to steal someone else's, and they're not really doing that at the moment. Now with the Brockenhurst robot here down in the corner, they've collected a silver token. It looks like they might be trying to line up now. They've collected a second and a bronze. Let's see, can they orient? They're slowly turning towards their starting zone. Will they be able to actually capture the tokens, or are those points going to stay in Cats College's corner? Speaking of Cats, they've wedged themselves against the gold token there. If they keep reversing, they might be able to dislodge themselves. Interestingly, however, they have pushed the gold token over the line. And at that point, it counts as in both. And there we go, the end of the first match. Very, very well done, teams.
Excellent. What a way to kick it off. We had all teams moving.
That is absolutely incredible.
Very unheard of for the first
Yeah.
ever match.
I mean, for something, for just anything in, you know, your life in engineering, anything, to work the very first time is just amazing.
Yes, it is a testament to how much effort and time the students have put into this.
Yeah,
To be able to
definitely.
get all their robots working.
It's just absolutely incredible as well.
Yeah, it
It's
is
like,
incredible.
What age were you when you were competing?
Ooh, I started at 17, and then last year I was actually a mentor because I was on a gap year, so I was 19.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, that's right.
No,
I
it's
know
just,
age.
it's incredible. Like, these are, you know, school children building
Yeah.
these robots and designing them. That's just absolutely incredible.
Pre-university as well. It's
Yeah.
insane. It's insane how much these students can do with not so much explicit training. I don't think many schools offer electronics A-level, for example.
Yeah.
So you have to sort of learn all that themselves and pick
Oh,
it up,
definitely.
which is
I mean,
very
before university, because you know, I did the international baccalaureate, the only
Oh, of
option
course.
was physics and maths, and obviously in physics, the only thing you learn is light bulbs and resistors, and you know. So yeah, I was very lucky to do a Head Start course before, and yeah, that was my only experience of electronics before uni.
Yeah,
So,
I think this was
yeah.
Student Robotics was the first time I ever actually soldered, stripped of wires, did any of that hands-on.
Yeah.
You sort of learn about wires in theory, and then put that
And then
into
you
practice.
actually
It's
put
very
it in
different,
practice. Yeah, it's just like incredible being able to bring these skills into uni, because suddenly you're like a
Yes,
level
yeah.
above the rest.
Yeah. It's,
It's
a
just
good head start.
exciting as well.
It's quite exciting to see people resetting the arena.
Yeah.
Those cubes have a set position that they go back onto, so they'll always be there at the start of every game. Hard work. Did we see Cats College push a gold cube last game? I didn't quite catch what happened there.
sure, yeah.
Seemed to push it somewhere just as the game ended.
I mean, in a way, you know, because you have to use computer vision to tell different colours. Like, we have to use our human vision to try and tell colours as well.
Yes, human
yeah.
vision often fails me, I will say. Yeah. At least the gold ones are a lot bigger, so they are quite easy to tell. That's one benefit.
That's true, that's
Yeah,
true.
these little guys are much harder to tell.
Yeah, it's
I'm
just,
not sure I can
it's
see.
just surprising how heavy they are, because obviously you can't tell.
Are they weighted inside or are they just cardboard?
I think there's something
Sounds
in
like
them.
something
Yeah,
in there.
I'll have to ask some of the volunteers to put
Yeah,
these together.
put together.
Yeah, it's very
Mystery.
strange.
Oh yeah, it's very weighted. I would say this one is less weighted. If you want to compare.
I think this
That
one's empty. Yeah.
I wonder what's in here. Well, last
Don't
year
break
the,
it.
yeah. Last year the tin cans were full of carrots, so maybe
Yes.
they've put carrots in there in a traditional move. Maybe.
Well, and it slowly seeps out of the corner over the course of 2
Maybe
days.
they're dried carrots. I don't know.
Is that a thing?
Is that a thing? I'm sure you could dry a carrot. Maybe not. Maybe
Why? Why would you want to? Just because you
Yeah,
can.
that is true. That is true. That's it. Feels like. I don't know.
Guess
I
what's
now feel
inside
like
the
it's on
boxes in the
Christmas Day.
comments.
On Christmas Day when you're shaking
Oh,
presents
yeah,
and trying to work
yeah,
out what's in there. But bring it less fun. A less fun surprise.
Well, that's a fun idea. I have different wrapping paper, you know, different patterns of wrapping paper. Because, yeah, this is. I do like this
got
almost
nice
QR code type design, because I think that's a Student Robotics invention. But, yeah, it'd
Are
be
they
interesting.
equal times on the Kofi markers or are they separate thing?
I think it's designed by Student Robotics.
designed by Student
Yeah, because
Robotics.
they use these kind of markers as well on all the boxes,
Yes,
like with all the
yeah.
materials, so you know they can keep track of where everything is, which is just wonderful. You know, like should organise the house like that.
It is crazy to me that a robot can see this and understand what it means.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't understand what it means, so they're better than me.
Well, I think it's also for orientation of the box, although, you know, in this case it doesn't necessarily matter, but yeah, with the tin cans it does. Only 10 seconds!
10 seconds
The
to the next
second
match. So we
match.
have in Zone 0, the Ladies College Guernsey. Then we have Gymnasium Markt in... Oh dear, this is going to go bad for me, I can feel it. In Indersdorf? I apologise. I truly. And then who else do we have? Oh, they've set the match back a little bit. Might be having some technical delays. Do we have access to the
I think we can see the
see the next team.
And Queen's Mary's College.
Queen Mary's College. Which zone are they in?
They're in zone corner 3, I believe.
Corner 3, excellent.
Yes, I don't know if you could hear our wonderful commentator, but yeah, they are restarting the match.
These things happen.
Hydrate yourself.
Like this is yes.
Oh,
Hydration
yes. No, of
running a
course.
competition like this takes a lot of work, and
Yeah.
only one small thing needs to go slightly wrong, and
Yeah, but what's great is that they have everything in place to be able to do that.
Yes,
you know,
that
it's
is
not
very
like,
true.
oh, you know, you've delayed something, everything's broken for the rest of the day. So that's great.
Yeah, it's a very resilient setup, which is a testimony to how much effort people have put in. I've only been involved in a very small amount of it, and even that has sort of,
You
wow,
can
the
tell
amount of
there's
work.
systems in place.
Yes.
The Raspberry Pis!
Raspberry Pis.
Oh,
It's
I
such a
love
good team
that.
costume. They came actually earlier to the help desk asking for some cardboard to make some signs, so I'm interested to see what they do with that.
That's beautiful.
It's a strong level of commitment. I think this is Gymnasium Markt Indersdorf. I will get good at saying that by the end of this weekend. I will. That's my.
Yeah, we'll
that's
start
a promise.
learning German.
Start learning German, yes. I think I did about 3 weeks of German. That's the sum total of my knowledge.
That is more than me.
Okay, so we have 20 seconds
Excellent.
until the start of match 21.
This round, we've got the Ladies College Guernsey in corner 0. Gymnasium Mark Indersdorf in 1. And we're off. Okay. All right, strong start from Queen Mary's College here. And MAI is slowly heading over for that gold cube there. Looks like Harris Westminster has not showed up. Looks like MAI is going to get that gold cube there. Queen Mary's College is aiming for a bronze one.
Now, Team MAI there, they're doing something interesting. They've taken their own gold token into a point that actually makes it easier for their opponents to steal, which we'll see how that fares in the rest of this match.
Yeah, it's an interesting strategy.
It's a bold strategy. We'll see if it pays off. It's not the one I would have gone with, but each to their own.
Might make it harder for the other teams to find it.
It might, that's true. If teams are expecting tokens to be where they start, then it's very much a case of it's not where they're looking. They're going to go and try and steal these invisible tokens that we see plaguing our competitions in the past.
Well, Queen Mary's, on the other hand, have already managed to get 3 bronze tokens into their corner.
Very strong performances there, and it looks like they're just draining the Ladies' College's corner.
Looks like Queen Mary's is maybe making a go for a silver token now.
Just 30 seconds left now.
I think the question here is, are Queen Mary going to have time to get this cube back?
Oh, this is going to be close. Yes, just about. Comfortably in their scoring zone. Very, very well done. Very well done, teams.
That dramatic noise signals the end of our second round of the day. So we had some great action from Queen Mary's there. We're doing some excellent theft from Zone 0, which is...
I think Zone 0 was...
Zero. What was Zero? Is that?
You've got to learn these. The Ladies'
The
College.
Ladies' College, that was it.
Yeah, I think,
Yes,
well, you asked for advice for live streaming. I think the advice is by the end of the day you'll have learned all the acronyms.
Yes, absolutely. At the moment, we have a lot of acronyms because a lot of the names are very long. But trying to learn which acronym is which team is yeah. That and German. That's my challenges.
The German, yes.
The German of that, yeah.
Yeah, we can't say we'll be fluent in German by tomorrow, though. Sorry,
no.
but we'll try for next year.
We'll try for next year, yes.
Yes.
Maybe we'll have a whole separate German commentary.
Oh, of course. Yeah, that's clearly where we're going.
That's clearly where we're going. Yeah. See, no issues here. So yeah, that was a very exciting round. We had it was the German team Gymnasium Market Intersdorf who got a hold of their gold cube.
Yeah, we also had Queen Mary's College was going strong as well. Yeah.
Some excellent stealing.
Yeah.
Excellent stealing of silver and bronze cubes, I think.
But it's also really interesting because, they're both getting points, but they're such different, heights and shapes and everything. It's just lovely seeing, how diverse the different robots are.
There is no one robot design that is the ultimate one. Every team comes and they have a completely different design and they're all really good in lots of different ways. It's so lovely to see.
I think that's the beauty of having a team, where you're all students at a school, so you don't really have, like a profession or something that you're necessarily an expert in. So it's just loads of different ideas coming together. It's really diverse. Yeah.
It's great. So now we have...
Okay, 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Press your start buttons. Okay, got a good start from Headington there. They are definitely moving. So's Kegs.
Sadly, we're only seeing signs of movement here from the HSO robot, and they're just driving into the arena wall. This isn't going to score them much, particularly when it's in their own scoring zone. They're the only tokens they're going to be able to touch, and they're already giving them points. Now, we've seen some movement out of the Kegs corner, but they've just driven into a corner and are waiting there for some reason. We'll see exactly how they go in the remaining minute and a half of this match. It's not clear quite from here as to exactly what's going on. Their code is still there, it's still doing something, but they're not moving.
Headington's running into the plinth arms there.
Yeah, they're just slightly out of line from the gold token there. Arms also much too narrow for the very large gold tokens that we have in this year's competition.
They are very big.
They are indeed very big, 250 millimeters cubed, which on many scales is either big or small, depending on your frame of reference. 1 minute remaining now. Let's see if Headington School can dislodge themselves from the plinth. It doesn't look like it. The robot appears to just be laying lifeless in our arena. That is a real shame.
$30 left, not seeing much signs of movement.
No, that is a real shame. But we have got some tokens have at least been moved around. My feeble human brain can't quite work out who is winning and who is not. But that's a job for our marshals, not for me. Just 10 seconds left now. And there we go. The end of match number 22. Very, very well done, all teams.
And that's match 3.
Yeah, match 3 going so quickly already. Honestly,
Yeah,
I
feel like we just started, yeah.
Honestly, the whole day is going to be over before we know it.
Oh, definitely, definitely, yeah.
The long build up and then so quick.
Yeah, definitely. And tomorrow as well. Yeah, Yeah, it's just mad. But no, what surprises me as well is, I was just looking at the camera. I thought, oh yes, there's a Hertzwood Academy. They're moving strong, and then they disappeared. Everything is so efficient.
Yeah. Efficiency is often a mark of a good robot.
Yeah, definitely. And volunteers, I guess. Thank you, everyone.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, very efficient resetting the boxes.
Yeah, but I think one interesting thing to point out, which is where the whole idea of greed comes from, is that you start off with points. So it's only, figuring out just how interesting the game is. Because as you were saying,
if you had two robots that both didn't quite move out of their zone, then if one of them kept all their boxes in their scoring zone, and if one of them had all their boxes stolen by a really good team, say like Queen Mary had stolen all the boxes last time, then actually those two bots would score differently.
Yeah, even though they did nothing.
Like from a robot perspective, they both did the same thing. So that's a very interesting layer to the game. I wonder if there are any tactics people are using on where to steal the boxes from.
Yeah, like an idea would be, instead of stealing, just to protect all of your
that's
boxes.
another way to go about it, definitely.
Yeah.
You can sort of extend a big net around all your cubes, just hold onto them tightly.
I'd love to see that in a competition, just a net
Someone's
going.
done that would be great, just firing a net out.
Oh, definitely.
It might be against some of the rules though.
Yeah, the risk assessments.
So going on to match 4 now.
Begin.
Strong start from HEA over here. They've definitely made some movement. Eltham's going a bit slower, but they are going.
Yeah, that's some very slow movement there from the Eltham College. I've said in the past many times that slow movement in a competition like this, where accuracy is important, is a really good way of doing things, rather than just blitzing around the arena. That might be a little too slow, but we'll see how exactly they fare in the rest of this competition.
It's definitely worked out for them in terms of getting cubes. Looks like they have 2 inside their robot at the moment.
They have, but they're inside in terms of being covered, and they've just been able to drive them, but they're still in their opponent's scoring zones, so they're actually not getting them any points, and they're dangerously close to giving points to the Tiffin School. Yeah, there it is, points for the Tiffin School. That's very unfortunate. They're on the opposite side of the arena now to being able to actually give them any points.
It does look like they are heading back in the direction of their home zone, though, so perhaps they'll get there by the time the round ends.
Slowly but surely yet. There's still a minute of time for this. In the other half of the corner, however, we have Team HEA. Not a huge amount of movement from there. They've got this very nice-looking purple ramp that is wedged against one of the arms of our plinth, but not a huge amount of movement other than that. Their code is definitely still running, but I don't know what they're doing.
Eltham's robot looks like it's thinking about something, but not necessarily going anywhere.
And lots of thinking, not much doing is a very common sight in a Student Robotics event. Now, interestingly, I'm seeing on the top of the Eltham College robot what looks like a numeric output display, which could be very useful for them for debugging. We'll see exactly how that works and how that fares later on.
And that is the end of this round.
Excellent. Another interesting round. It's lovely to see Allington back. They were a newbie last year, and
they had a great time, didn't they?
We hope they had a great time. I will say my former team may have stolen some of their cans last year. Completely an accident, we promise.
Oh, of course. I love how you distance yourself from the crime that was committed.
No crimes here.
Maybe that's what led to this competition. Agreed. It's like, well, they stole. Yeah. No.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, actually, we inspired Student Robotics this year. Clearly, sort of us.
Of course. Yeah. No.
Saving them the victory.
It makes more sense. If it makes you feel better.
It was really interesting to see what looked like a sort of folder on the front of the
Yeah, I'm wondering whether it's just like flips it backwards.
Flip them
I don't know.
It could be a plough to kind of gather them, scoop them into a direction.
Maybe so,
Maybe
yeah.
sort of pushing the scoring boxes around rather than lifting them.
That seems probably more efficient, yeah. No.
Yeah, there's definitely a couple different methods we've seen of moving tokens. Some
Yeah.
people have got what look like suction cups.
Well, that's what's interesting, because we were told that Abingdon had suction cups, but I didn't see any. So
Yeah,
I'm
I
wondering
didn't
whether
see
that was
any.
like a last-minute design change, in which case that's very brave.
Yeah.
Like,
Or it could be a secret hidden weapon they're hiding up their sleeve.
sorry.
Maybe
I mean,
that one
you
away.
know, we can
shall see, we
almost,
shall see. Time
yeah,
shall tell.
we can almost guarantee that the competitors, running around with their hair on fire rather than, watching the stream.
That's true. So yeah, next up we have Wisbeach Grammar School. And we
Barton
have
Pembroke College,
Yeah.
and we have
Haberdashers.
It's all coming back to me now.
Coden's Newbury.
And Abingdon School.
Fantastic. Let's see how these teams perform. Let's start in 3, 2, 1. Press start. Very quick movement off the line there from Colliers. Very, very fast movement there. This is great to see. At the Abingdon School as well. Nice movement moving into Langley Grammar School's scoring zone. Stealing a bronze token, but then giving it to St. Olave's. Maybe. Maybe not. Sadly, not a huge amount of signs of life from the Langley Grammar School robot. It's possible that Abingdon were going over to check that they are all doing okay.
A lot of movement from Colliers, not particularly coordinated.
No, that's weird. They're doing a lot of movement of their own tokens, but then don't seem to be doing a huge amount trying to take anyone else's, which is quite literally the name of the game, is to be greedy. I do love a little bit of robot-on-robot action here. We have Abingdon School and Colliers just driving into each other there. That suction cup apparatus on the front looks very fragile.
Looks like they both managed to survive the encounter.
Yes, just about, but there's still plenty of time. Abingdon School, they're still moving. Colliers, however, sadly appear to be frozen. That's unfortunate.
Looks like Abingdon might be aiming for the gold cube. I'm not sure they've quite got it.
No, not quite lined up there. I think they can see it, but they're not quite driving up to it. And at this range, they're probably too close for our vision system to be able to pick it up. Just under a minute left now. They're just about lining up to that gold token. There is plenty of time for them to be able to take the token. Let's see what they do. They're deciding that face isn't good enough. They're going to go for a different one. Can they line up? Maybe, maybe not. They've got a long way to be able to move that gold token. They are quite large, and in 25 seconds, that's going to be quite the feat. Just 10 seconds now. Abingdon School, they're just taking a look at all the tokens that Colliers have thrown around their scoring zone and not actually done a huge amount with. And there we go. Match number 24 is over. Very, very well done, all teams. Well done.
So I think we may have got our matches slightly confused. That
Sorry.
one. Sorry. Sorry for any confusion.
We'll do
That
better
one.
next year or the
Yeah.
year after.
Tomorrow, later today, we'll do better.
We'll do better.
We'll do better. So this time we had Langley Grammar School, St Olave's, College of Richard Collier, and Abingdon School. So Abingdon this time, as I said last time, are returning as newbies from last year. This is their second year. Is that sophomore? Sophomore? The American term?
Sophomore?
Is that what? I think that's what sophomore is like when you come back after your first year to your second year.
Okay.
That
I
might
thought it
be
was like
my-
a university
sometimes
term.
I
I
make
don't
them
know.
up.
I have not been to uni outside Southampton.
Yeah. So we saw one of our, I think our first robot collision
Yeah.
of the day, which is exciting. I think we're between Abingdon and Colliers.
Is it exciting? Was it scary? I'm not sure.
It's a sort of gentle-ish collision.
Okay.
They sort of met and then separated.
Yeah.
I don't
no.
think any damage was done, which is good. We don't want
Yeah, we didn't hear anything. I do remember there was one time last year where we had like an actual crash and thought, ooh,
Yes.
that
Yeah.
wasn't good.
I think actually had some robots driving other over robots. Like, it would just sort of climb over the top and drive over it. That was very exciting collision last year. We'll see if that happens again
Yeah,
this
I
year.
guess the thing is, like, how do you plan for that? Because you're obviously only testing with your own robot.
Yes,
So-
yeah. How do you test for unknown collisions? Unknown. I mean, I guess that is the fun
That is the
competition.
point. Yeah, yeah.
So, yes, hearing behind us, they are ready. We now have Wisbeach,
Barton
Barton
Peveril.
Peveril, Haberdashers, and Code Ninjas Newbury.
And also, well, I think what we saw might have been Omni wheels. So it'd be interesting
Yes.
to look at that.
Yeah,
you
I
know,
think we
when
did
we
some
have a
Omni
break.
wheels, so yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see if any of the teams using them.
Or teleportation. I don't
Yes.
know. They moved sideways.
Now we'll start with match 25.
2, 1. Start your robots.
Well, that was a little anticlimactic.
Strong start from Wisbeach. They are definitely moving. Okay, Habs has been having a bit of a wander around zone 3. I'm not sure if they've managed to get any cubes. Oh, they have. Okay then.
Yeah, just about stealing tokens there from the Code Ninjas Newbury corner.
Yeah, no movement from Barton Peveril, unfortunately.
Wisbeach Grammar School there are dangerously close to that bronze token sliding out of their robotic arms. And as I say that, they drive and move it further back in. Thanks. Haberdashers lining up to some bronze tokens down in the Code Ninjas
Wisbeach
corner.
has very
Not
nearly
quite.
got one bronze token into their zone. There we go.
Yes, very, very well done there. Only 30 seconds left now. We've still got signs of life out of the two robots. Slowly hoovering up tokens.
Well, it looks like Wisbeach might have knocked out their token from the zone.
Oh, that's very unfortunate. Right at the end of that game.
Great, so I think we are now 5 matches into the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it seems like a good time to take a look at the league scores. So we get the league table up. So at the top we have Queen Mary's College.
Then we
with
have
the same number
Haberdashers.
of league points actually as Haberdashers.
Yeah, which is exciting because I think Haberdashers were, miles ahead of everyone else
Yes,
during the
yeah.
virtual competition. So the fact that Queen Mary's has gone ahead is absolutely
Yeah.
amazing.
It's very exciting.
Yeah.
I think there'll be a close rivalry between those two teams.
Definitely.
And then
yeah.
you have Royal Grammar School of Guildford, slightly behind them, and King Edward Grammar School, Chelmsford?
We will look that up. Sorry.
Look that up, yeah. I'm learning how many words I don't know how to pronounce. I thought I had the English language down, and turns out I don't, so that's a fun thing that I've learned today.
Oh, that makes it feel way better then. It's not just me.
No, I also can't pronounce words. Who knew?
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, so who do we have? Who do we have coming up next? I guess that's the next question. So in our next game, we should have Ham, which is, I think that's 2 schools. That is Hampton and Lady Eleanor Holt Hollies. Again, pronunciation.
We will look this
We'll have
up.
to check that.
Apologies to the schools.
Yes.
This is not your fault in any way, shape, or form.
Then in corner 1 we have Hills Robotics College, which is my old school, so a little bit biased, but we'll see how they do. Then we have Cranbrook.
Well, they are good at stealing, aren't they?
They are pretty good at that. Then we have Cranbrook in 2, and we have Westminster City School in Zone 3.
Who is a rookie competitor, so it's really exciting to see, you know, long-standing competitors and winners competing against rookies.
Yeah,
So, we don't know what's going to happen.
Surprise to see what they're going to come with. Let's go.
Wild card.
Head over to the 6th match of the day.
5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Start your robots. Strong start from Cranbrook, from Hills and Ham as well. Cranbrook looks to be aiming for the gold token. I'm not sure they've quite managed to get it. Hills Road very nearly got their sucker on top of that gold token, but not quite.
Having a bit of problem there from the Cranbrook robot, which we've been told actually weighs a whopping 12 kilograms, which for a robot is very chunky. It's a very quiet arena at the moment. It's eerily quiet. I don't like it.
I'm not really seeing much movement, that's for sure.
No, that's a real shame. The WMC robot was actually unable to start. I think the start button is too inaccessible and they weren't able to press it in time. Gotta make sure those buttons are easily accessible so you can hit the start button and get out.
Okay, just under a minute left. I'm not sure any of these robots are going anywhere.
No, I think something very strange is going on. Got all the robots do appear to be alive. I can see their heartbeats, but they're really not moving anywhere. It's 20 seconds remaining of this match and still nothing going on. Hoping that teams will be able to use the time between the next matches to iterate and get a robot that moves reliably and is able to score some points. And there we go, end of match number 26. Very, very well done, teams, very well done.
So we had a bit of a stalemate situation there where two pretty hefty robots, I think Cranbrook's is 12 and a half, 12 kilograms, is that what they said?
12 and a half
It's a
kilos?
hefty robot. I think Hills Road is close to 10. So yeah, a
At that
battle of
point-
two titans.
Yeah, like that's a struggle to just lift.
Yeah.
Move around up and down stairs and testing. Yeah, I guess about testing as well. Like it is quite a difficult match because Hampton Lady Eleanor Hall School. Sorry if I'm still mispronouncing that. They had trouble testing earlier, so the USB wasn't working. But they still managed to move out of their zone. And if you move out of your zone, it means you get a movement point. To kind of incentivize you to at least do something during competition. So that's really good. But yeah, I think it was it Westminster that had someone digging into the robot during the
I
the
wanted
start.
to
Yeah.
figure out what the problem is. Hopefully they do and they come back.
Yeah, truly real-time debugging.
Real-time debugging, yes. There's a lot of debugging going on.
Oh.
Another interesting point about the robots, so a bit of insider information on Hills Road. The arm that they're currently using I think they're trying to suction and grab up boxes.
Oh, okay.
That was an arm that we used 3 years ago. We had a competition that was disbanded because of COVID, so we never got to take it to a competition. We never saw the light of, we never saw the inside of the cube, and never saw
the black lights of the
So
day.
it's nice that that bit of equipment is having its day.
Yes.
It's having its moment. It's being used. Made of gold draw runner, and various bits and bobs we
Oh,
put together.
that's wonderful.
Yeah.
I do love repurposing things. So next up we have the Royal Grammar School. We have the College of Richard Collier. Yep. Well, if you want to. Oh, sorry.
We missed it.
Strong start from all of our robots this round. Everybody's moving. Guildford going for that gold cube, and they've managed to grab it.
Oh, that's a very impressive mechanism there. They're just carrying that over their heads.
I do think that is the first gold cube a team has managed to acquire in the competition so far.
Properly acquiring, yeah, and that is very quick. That's in the first 30 seconds of a match. That's very
impressive.
Quick.
TLC appear to have run up against a wall, and there's a battle of wills going on between Guildford and Colliers at the moment.
That's some very hard thrashings of metal there going on between those wheels, them aluminium that the RGS Guildford robot is made out of. There's a lot of force in those motors, clearly, from Colliers. RGS are just not happy with that. That's a lot of pressure going on to the robot and even on the flag. It'll be interesting to see if that flag is attached and pushing anything inside the robot. That might cause a little bit of damage. Just the might and size of the RGS robot is dwarfing the Colliers robot there.
Yeah, I'm not sure either of them are going anywhere anytime soon.
No, and in the meantime, speaking of going nowhere anytime soon, we have Sherborne and the Ladies College robots. Both seem frozen in place. All inside Sherborne's starting zone. We have Sherborne just about lined up to a goal, but not really moved it. The Ladies College here in their very interesting colour scheme of green and purple, facing straight against a wall, staring out into the abyss.
20 seconds left.
Yeah, not a huge amount of movement. We had a lot of movement earlier on from RGS Guildford and Colliers, but not very much as we enter the last part of the game.
Yeah, although RGS Guildford have still managed to get that gold cube, if nothing else.
They have. That's a fantastic performance going for them in match 27. Very, very well done, all teams.
Wow, that was a wild ride.
Match,
Yeah, a lot of things happening at the start and then a complete stalemate at the end.
I think we had, was that...
I think it's Royal Grammar School that just, you know...
Confusing the tiny little Richard Collier's... I think that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Richard Collier's robot. Confusing that for a box maybe.
So
and trying to push it
that's how
outwards.
you read it. I read it as a, you know, personal attack. And you're tiny.
Maybe. We shall see if it was
it did work.
a
They
motivated
won.
strike or a simple misunderstanding later,
Yeah.
I suppose. I will say I'm a little bit in love with the tiny robots. We have we've seen
cute.
quite a lot of really large, chunky robots.
Yeah, not
today.
very square as well.
Yes, that is a recurring theme, the square robot.
Yeah.
Maybe one year we can request spherical robots, do you think? Could be a fun challenge. See how round you can make a robot. Additional points for round. Maybe.
Well, I guess since we don't have to program them, then that's great. Yeah, we can do
exactly.
whatever.
It's not our problem anymore.
And just think of like the maths involved in that, because
That
you
is
know
true.
you spin on the carpet and
Yeah, that is true.
you have to
Maybe it
constantly
has a
bring
square
them.
base with a dome top. Maybe that's how we could solve it.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's one idea.
But yeah, the cube is a recurring theme this year.
Yeah.
Big, hefty cube. I think one of the
Quite
size
heavy,
limits-
like surprisingly heavy.
Yes.
Yeah.
What are the size limits? Is it 50 centimetres?
I don't know.
I think they have to, all robots have to fit within a 50 centimetre cube from memory.
Yeah,
So,
I think that makes sense, because otherwise you could have a robot that takes up the entire arena.
So now we have Headington School at Oxford. We have, oh goodness, Elton College. We have Brockenhurst College and Langley Grammar School. So we're going to go over to match 8, I believe, starting now.
2, 1, begin.
Oh, we've got movement from Headington and Eltham. Oh, and Brockenhurst as well. Looks like Headington is going for that gold cube, but haven't quite managed to grab it.
No, having a few problems there with our plinth. In the meantime, Eltham College lining up, trying to steal some tokens from the Langley Grammar Corner, who sadly are laying here dormant, not doing anything. Their code's there, but no one's home, sadly.
Oh, and we have a robot collision.
Little bit of a tussle there, yes, from Brockenhurst and Eltham College. And it looks like HSO may be coming in for a more of a tussle, actually giving points to Langley Grammar School. We're in a three-way tussle, nearly a four-way tussle here in the arena. This is a non-contact sport, people. Non-contact.
Brockenhurst robot there is looking a little bit confused. Perhaps it'll start moving in a minute.
Yeah, it might be trying to line up to the bronze token. Yes, just... maybe... no. Oh, it's actually got some tokens inside it. I can't
It's
quite see
fallen a
from
little
here.
short of that zone, though.
Yes, that's actually given points to Langley Grammar School. That's unfortunate. Let's see, can they slightly, they're just a little bit short. There's a minute left, they might be able to knock them in. Let's see.
Does appear that Brockenhurst have given their robot a name. I'm assuming the robot's called the Roomba.
The cleaner of boxes. Given that we have to clean up this venue once everyone leaves, I'm glad there is another robot here to help us try and clean it up.
Oh, and now we've got a three-way robot collision.
It's almost as good as a four, but not quite. There's a lot of pressure there. Looks like it might be going on Headington School's arms there. I can't quite tell what they're made of from here, but they're definitely not quite as strong as Eltham College's all-metal robot. Still signs from the Brockenhurst robot. Now, will these tokens leave LGS's scoring zone? I don't think so. They're just going to extend the tussle for a little bit longer.
Some movement from Eltham again. It looks like they may be dragging Headington with them.
Hey, very, very well on team. A lot of a roar from the arena there.
Very eventful.
I think that may have been the most dramatic one so far. We had, I mean, the collisions are coming in thick and fast.
Oh yeah, and even if you're not moving, so I don't think Langley Academy moved, but everyone was suddenly there.
Yeah, we had all four robots in one quarter. I mean, that's pretty rare to have them all grouped in the same place.
Yeah.
Was it a three-way collision at one point?
Oh yeah, no, I'm surprised that they're still moving though, because usually in a collision, they collide and that's it. They come to a stop, but they don't move.
And forwards.
Yeah, I like the method of shifting slightly,
jiggle,
so you can tell the thinking behind the algorithms. Yeah.
Little robot dancer, they try and get their way out. Yeah. I did see Brockenhurst. They managed to gather a lot of cubes inside of them, but not quite delivering it to their home zone.
Yeah, that was a shame. It was so close.
So close. Very good mechanism though.
Yeah, I think that's a lovely thing. Yeah, I think that's a lovely thing about Student Robotics though, is that everyone, no matter which school you actually support, you want everyone to do well.
Yeah, I want all teams to win. Can we give them all first place? Is that the thing we can do?
Yes, I mean they're all winners because they're here.
First place.
Yeah.
The judges they may see other things, but in our hearts they're all first place robots.
Absolutely. Also, the Headington crab. That was so cute.
Yes. Was Headington the one with the big claw grabber?
Yeah, the claw. You say big.
So
it was such a tiny robot in comparison.
I love the size difference.
Yeah.
As a very short person, that'd be like if I had a bag so the size of me. maybe we could bring that in.
Yeah.
Maybe the Headington robot. What do we have coming up next? We have
Hills
Road again. We have
Coding Ninjas,
yes,
Newbury?
Although I'm not sure they're here yet. Oh, we only have two. So we have Hills Road and Harris Westminster. So we'll head on over to see two robots go head to head.
3, 2, 1, start your robots. Okay, Hills Road has definitely started moving. Looks like they might be lining up for the gold cube there. Not seeing much out of Harris Westminster though. Something is definitely happening with the Hills Road robot. I'm not sure it's what they want to be happening. Oh, so close and yet so far.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate to see, just missing that gold token. In the meantime, the Harris Westminster Mobot not doing a huge amount. That's unfortunate.
Not a huge amount, no. Not sure if Hills Road Robot is meant to be doing anything else now. Seems quite content to just sit there.
It's clearly, it almost, with the arm being down there, it kind of looks disappointed in itself. It's almost like, well, I didn't hit the gold token, I can't do anything.
It is a tad dejected.
Little bit, yeah. And there's a minute and 10 seconds. You can still do so much in that time. But let's see if it can actually revive itself. It's not a huge amount of movement. There's still plenty of time. "30 seconds remaining now, and the only thing still going on in our arena is the suction pump on the Hills Roads robot. You can hear it filling the arena, and almost, in fact, the whole queue. I'm surprised at how loud those things can be.
"5 seconds, I'm not sure we're going to see much action now.
No, I'm afraid not. And there it is. Very, very well done, teams, though. Very well done.
So that was a very calm match to follow the chaos of last match. A nice gentle one to get us back
And no
into it.
collisions.
No
so,
collisions, thankfully.
yeah.
Yeah.
No robots were harmed.
Great my single life.
Well. Oh, yes.
It was good to see the draw runner mechanism.
Yeah.
So Hills Roads look like they have a draw runner that extends outwards past the 500 centimeter sort of cube zone of the robot shape. That wasn't words.
500 centimeters?
No. Oh my goodness.
Millimeters.
500 millimeters. Oh dear. The lights are getting to me. The lights are getting to me. 500 millimeters. And then the draw runner extends out of this so that they can reach the gold cube. It looked like they were trying to hit the gold cube from zone 1 there.
Yeah, I
although
think
not quite
that's their
successful.
goal. Like, aim for gold,
Yes.
which is very different
Aim
from
for
some of the
gold,
other teams. So it's just like aim for anything. I'll take anything.
That is it's interesting to see if you're going to go for being quick and speedy and getting all the bronze and silver cubes, or if you're just going to go straight
Straight
for
for
that
gold,
cube.
yeah. But I think what's
Fun to see
interesting.
what wins out.
Yeah, I think what's interesting as well is because we're talking about all these suction cups and everything, and you think, oh, that's fine, because you're thinking this is probably really shiny. Like, hey, this is just printer paper. So I don't quite see. Like, it's incredible that you managed to get enough suction on a moving autonomous robot to be able to pick up a cube.
As someone who's dealt with suction, we have had this in the past where you can see where it's printed on and where it isn't printed on, the black and the white bits on the cube. That's the camera.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. Orientation. They actually have different surface features, so it can be, depending on what the code looks like, it can be easier or harder to pick it up.
Oh, because it's laser printed, so
Yes.
it's shiny. Wow,
Exactly.
You did not pick the easy route, did you?
No, did not.
Yeah.
So now we have Godalming, Abington, Colday Grammar School, and Hampton Lady Edwards going for our 10th match of the day.
Begin. Slow movement off the line there from the Hamptons robot and the Abingdon School, in the fact.
Both of the robots are definitely moving.
They are, and almost in mirror, which I'm quite enjoying. The motor noise there from the Abingdon robot it's worse than the normal drill motors. It's almost crunchy.
Ham, it has been getting close to a lot of cubes, but not actually acquiring any of them.
It may have knocked one, but you don't get points for knocking tokens. You get points
Oh,
for
well, they've got
claiming
one
them.
now.
Right, they've captured it. Can they line it up? Not quite.
That's not the direction I was expecting them to go in.
That's the wrong direction. And they've in
Well,
fact
they've
dropped...
scored points for Godalming, I think.
Yeah, well, actually, no. They've actually just moved it further away from their scoring zones. They've just given Godalming the same number of points. But they're lining up to a bronze. It's at least closer to their zone.
they've grabbed another one and run straight into the wall and
then
left it there.
Yeah, and then dropped it. That's not going to do them too much. In the meantime, the Abingdon robot, they've clearly knocked that gold token, but not actually into their scoring zone, sadly.
Looks like they're aiming for a silver over in that corner.
They're going for the silvers. They're a lot smaller, but they are weighted, those silver tokens. But it does seem that actually their suction mechanism is on the other side of their robot to those tokens, so it might take a lot of effort to actually be able to grab those tokens.
It may indeed.
Hampton's robot now is playing around with that gold token. It'd be great if they could get it over. It's very close to their scoring zone, but there is an arm of the plinth in the way. There's only 20 seconds left of this match. Let's see what happens.
Are we going to get a robot collision?
Oh, I love a bit of a robot tussle. Ten seconds remaining now. There's a bit of a tussle, and now it's gone 5 seconds.
Ham seems very fond of these walls.
Very fond, yes. And there we go, end of match number 30. Very, very well done, teams. Very well done.
With two robots meeting.
Yeah, they both moved as well,
Yeah,
so
both moving.
it's great.
We saw Hampton nearly get a gold cube.
Yes.
And nearly steal, I think it was bronze or silver. It's quite hard to tell.
It's quite hard to tell, yeah.
But,
We need
one of
more
those.
computer vision here.
Yes, yeah. We could do with that. Maybe
Yeah.
that's a project for next year. Get some computer vision so we can see what's going on.
Oh, get, heads up display kind of thing.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just interesting, like seeing, because it clearly has some kind of omni-wheel type thing, because they're moving definitely at right angles to each other,
Yeah,
and you
we've
think
seen a
like,
couple
wow,
times with omni-wheels.
yeah, but like programming that is really interesting,
Yes.
and interfacing with that, because you
I
don't
would
suddenly
not even know where to start.
No, you don't even have just one value. It's just like the mode of speed. You gotta
yeah.
really think about it.
Yeah, you've got to really think about that.
Like,
I don't
that's some
really-
serious
I've
geometry.
never used any omni-wheels.
No, neither have I.
They seem quite intimidating to me. I'd be afraid to use them, so a lot of kudos to the team for using them. They
Definitely.
do seem to be very helpful as well. It enables you to sort of maneuver.
Yeah, well, it's much more efficient.
Yeah,
you,
exactly.
you don't need to
No
turn.
turning.
Yeah, yeah.
I know we had a lot of issues with turning the exact right amount of degrees.
Yeah.
You never quite know if you might slip or slide and go a little bit further or not quite as far as you want to go.
That's true. I guess you also have to take into account the surface of the carpet and
Yes,
everything.
yeah, exactly. I think this year we actually have a bit of test carpet out by all the team's pits.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
lovely.
so before
yeah.
we had a test arena where they could practice driving around the carpet. And this year they've got a little bit of carpet close to home, so they can.
It's truly
practice.
like testing it in
Yes.
life.
So
Yeah, it's
I
amazing
think
to
coming
see.
up in the next match, match 31, we have St. Olives, I think. Olives.
We have Cats College, Cambridge, Wisbech Grammar School, and Westminster City School.
Yes, we'll head over to the feed now.
Well, without St. Olave's.
Okay, Wisbech is moving. Westminster appear to be trying to start their robot.
Yeah, that's taking too long. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. Right.
Cats are off as well.
That's
They've
good
moved out of their start zone and are over in Wisbech's section. Cat's robot appears to be quite fast, but not very accurate.
Cats College robot there actually giving points to their opponents, which is a strategy we see quite often, but not a very good one.
Cats appears to be just pushing cubes around in Westminster's zone now. Looks like they might be making a grab for a silver one in the very corner.
Yeah, I can't quite tell what they're doing. They may have stopped. Nope, they're just grinding along our arena wall instead.
It's another interesting strategy. I'm not sure it's a great one.
No, it's not the one I would have gone with, just grinding along the arena wall. There aren't any tokens really along that. They're all in the middle, particularly the expensive gold ones.
"30 seconds left. And that is the end of the round. Excellent work, teams.
It's another excellent round. We saw
Slightly painful though.
Yeah, that is true. We did see a couple teams driving into the wall.
Yeah.
It was Wisbeach and Cats.
Or you could hear Wisbeach from up here. And we're like, what, several meters away from the arena, you know, in a little balcony, and yeah, you could hear
Not happy
Wisbeach.
motors, I would say. I wonder if they were trying to mow the walls down and sort of wreak havoc on escape the arena, wreak havoc on everything else.
I have
Maybe that
a
was their
feeling the
strategy.
rule book says to not do that. if not explicitly, at least implicitly.
There are definitely some hefty robots. If they round into those walls, it
Yeah.
could be a danger. So hopefully they don't intentionally run them down.
But yeah, no, I love the caution tape on Wisbeach
Yes.
though. It's like, well, if we do that, if we do run it down, we're so sorry. Please be aware of the caution tape.
Always aware of health and safety.
Oh,
yes.
definitely. Yeah, it's at the
Very
height of
important,
everything.
very
Yeah,
important.
yeah. No.
I think was it Wisbeach that had the tracks as well?
Yeah, I think I think that's probably what we heard. I don't think it was the sound of the smashing. I think it was the Caterpillar tracks. I guess if the motors, it depends how they've done it. Like if they have three different motors or just one motor. But if they have three and one is running at a different speed, then they're fighting against each other. And yeah, that's again like every single year. It just amazes me that students have this, you know,
Yeah, the ingenuity.
have an ingenuity, but also, you know, you have a certain thing that you want to get done, and you pick the most complicated routine, which means you learn the most.
Yeah, you learn the most.
Yeah.
If you have the most problems, you learn the most. That's always
That's
the
true.
way.
That's true.
Yeah.
If you have no bugs and everything works, then you've learned nothing.
You learn nothing. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. So make mistakes.
Make mistakes. Yes. Fail early and make mistakes.
Yes.
Life lessons.
And fail often. But maybe not the competition. But I'm sure it'll go well in the end.
So we'll now join for match 32.
1. Begin. Nice.
Strong
move.
start from Kegs. From most of our robots, it would seem. Queen Mary's is heading straight over for the gold token, but they seem to have got caught on the plinth.
Oh, that's very unfortunate. That suction mechanism looks like it could do
Habs
amazingly.
is going around in circles.
That we definitely see a lot in Student Robotics, just the constant spinning around, usually accidental, sometimes intentional.
Hartswood with their lovely purple ramp there looked like they aimed for a gold token but didn't quite manage to grab it. They're moving very fast.
Yeah, that's a strategy. Is clearly hoping that if they
well,
drive
Queen
fast
Mary's have
enough.
managed to get their gold token back into their zone.
Oh, that's very well done. Yes, stealing valuable points there from Hertzford Academy, whose strategy does seem to be if I drive fast enough into this thing, it'll go how I want it, which is definitely not true in Student Robotics or in life. But it's fun to watch anyway. Now, the Haberdasher's robot is still spinning around, just continuously spinning. It might be intentional, it might not be, I honestly don't know.
I mean, it looks to me like perhaps they're looking for a marker they can't find, but... Queen Mary's going slow but steady there. They managed to getting loads of cubes from Hartswood.
Yeah, just stealing all of theirs. That is very shame. That is a lot of bronze tokens drain. It looks like their strategy might be to go for the bronzes first and then go for the silvers. They've gone for the gold first, though. That's a very good strategy. The golds are worth a huge amount of points in this game versus the bronze and the silver.
It definitely seems like it's working out for them. I think they might be the main contender to win this round.
I think you might be right, yes. There are lots of numbers going on here. My brain cannot work quick enough. But big gold means big points is good enough for my brain, and they have more than the others.
Can they get in there with the silver? Yes, just about over that line. 30 seconds left. Fantastic performance there.
Habs, they're still spinning in circles. Our other robots seem to have given up.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. There's only 5 seconds left, but you can do a lot in 5 seconds, as we've seen
Queen
in the
Mary's
past.
is going for another cube, it would seem.
Yeah, you can't do that in 1 second, though. That's a bit optimistic. And there we go. End of match 32. Very, very well done, all teams. Very well done.
Back from another thrilling match. I think one thing that we haven't mentioned so far is that Haberdashers have a pretty good theme this year.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see it clearly on the live stream, but their robot is the Night Bus from Harry Potter, the third film.
The third one,
Prisoner of
Prisoner of
Azkaban?
Azkaban. Yeah, my favourite personally.
Yes, I think it's one of the best films.
Definitely.
I can't speak about the books. It's been a long time since I read them, but
Oh yes, but the movies I've
the movie
rewatched.
is such a good one. Yeah. So I
Yeah.
think all of their team members, I saw some of them dressed up in wizard capes.
Oh, that's
running around
great. I
earlier.
mean, you know, like you're controlling like electrons. You're basically a
Yeah,
wizard.
you're basically a wizard. Electronics to me
Or a witch.
is wizardry.
Definitely. Definitely.
I don't know why it works. It just sometimes it works, and then that is magic. Actual
and sometimes
magic.
there's no reason.
There's no reason.
You just, you know, turn it off and on again and it works. and you go.
Magic power cycle.
Yeah,
yes.
I think the worst bugs are the one where you figure out the bug and then you don't understand why it ever worked in the first place. It's like, no, this shouldn't have worked. How was it working?
Yeah, that's frustrating. Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately for Haberdashers, I think they kind of they got one spell only, and that's turning around
Turning
in a
around.
circle.
Well, it's
so,
nail
yeah.
turning around.
They have.
The
they
next
have.
step is to nail doing that in a wider circle, so they can gather some cubes
So
at the
you
same
get some-
time.
Oh, that's an interesting idea, actually.
Yeah,
Just do
maybe.
a little spiral. of
Start
the
with little
arena.
circles, concentric circles
Yeah.
your way around it. Maybe that's a strategy.
Yeah, definitely.
We should enter a robot. We've got all the strategies up here.
I feel like that's a bit cheating with a degree in electronics.
That is true. Might be considered cheating.
So next up we have what's it?
We have
gymnasium marked Indersdorf.
Indersdorf. We will
I
get good at
looked
this.
into that
we will
one.
get good
I'm
at
so
this, we
sorry.
promise. We also have the Cranbrook School. We have Peter Simmons College and Barton Peveril.
And all four are here.
Okay, so this time we've got MAI making a good start, slow but steady. Cranbrook appear to have gone straight for that gold token, but just missed it. Peter Simmons is sort of shuffling along there, and Barton Peveril don't appear to have started.
No, that's unfortunate. Yeah, no signs of life from the Barton Peveril robot. But in the meantime, we have MAI nicely grabbing, albeit their own gold token, but it's a gold token nonetheless. Doesn't score them any extra points, but it scores them some.
And it gets it out of the way of any other teams who might have wanted it.
It does. If teams are going for, I know exactly where the gold tokens are meant to be, then that is going to massively throw any other teams off.
I'm not sure they're going to be able to get over that ridge, though. Oh, they might just grab that gold token.
Oh, they are dragging that gold token over. And in fact, because it is spread over two, that counts as in both. So that's giving Cranbrook their original gold, but actually duplicating an extra gold token and giving its points to Team MAI.
Cranbrook's robot appears to have stopped. It doesn't really seem to be doing anything. Peter Simmons is spinning around in a circle.
Yeah, not doing anything constructive, but at least it's doing something. I much prefer that. There's a minute they could still suddenly wake up, drive around and grab a bunch of tokens. I can be an optimist, right?
Yes, I'm very curious about MAI's robot design. They appear to have a plastic box on the top.
It looks like a bit of Tupperware. Yeah, I'm kind of interested to what's in it.
I'm assuming it covers something, but
I'm almost scared to ask, honestly.
they've got lovely layers going on in their robot. It's a very good look.
It's like a 3-tier cake, but for robots. I quite like it. It means they've got a very narrow robot that's also very tall, which means grabbing those gold tokens is actually quite easy for them without being too heavy.
We've got 15 seconds left. Peter Simmons' robot is still spinning in a circle, and our other robots appear to not be moving at all.
Yeah, that's not a great outtake, but it's one nonetheless.
And there we go, end of match 33.
They just started.
Some great stealing of gold cubes there from
Stealing
MAI.
and sharing.
Stealing,
I think
yeah,
that's
stealing
lovely.
and sharing. That is the most sportsmanship way you could do that.
A
Steal the cubes so you
competition.
get it, but don't deprive it from Cranbrook.
Yeah.
They get it too.
It's a competition about greed, and I'm like, no, sharing is caring.
Very friendly
so
greed.
wholesome,
Yeah,
yeah.
very wholesome. Very wholesome.
Yeah,
MAI.
but I think it's just amazing that Cranbrook just moved straight away. I don't know if you noticed, the second the buttons,
Yeah,
you know,
right
it
off
just
the right off the
moved.
starting point.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that.
What is the start noise we
Starting
have?
point.
The
flag.
attention. Yeah, flag, starting flag.
Don't ask me. But yeah, I think what's more amazing about the fact that they moved is that we were just told that they were having issues with their vacuum pump. So they have a weird bug. So essentially with the help desk, we have people ranging from, people who are just getting to grips with the kits, helping students, with common issues. And then you have students who've been, designing the kit. Like they literally designed the kit from
Live,
scratch
breathe,
and
think.
picked out the components for it, everything, did the firmware, and they can't figure out what the issue is. But essentially, when they turn the pump on, because they also have a suction cup, as you saw, it just missed the gold cube. The power board resets, and it's not resetting in a bad way, so it's not overcurrent or anything. It just resets. So I guess that's a feature. They found a new way of resetting the board. So it seems to have been just fine without that.
Yeah, it's a fun feature, but I think hopefully they'll be getting some hardware replacements before their next match. So that might fix it.
Although
We shall see.
they were just fine without it as
Yeah,
well. So
they were doing pretty good.
Maybe it's a part of themselves they didn't need.
We now have a match with Headington School, Sherborne School, Code Ninjas Newbury, and Cats College Cambridge. I think 3 of them are here, so we'll now see.
Okay, Sherborne are moving, so is Headington. Cats, not so much. Oh, Cats is moving.
Definitely moving, lining up to a bronze token, just missing it. That's very unfortunate to see. In the meantime, we had the Sherborne and HSO robots there, just clearly fighting a little bit over that gold token. It's clearly a very slow fight because there's no movement at all.
Cats appear to have properly grabbed a bronze token. I don't know if they're going to manage to keep it.
Yeah, they've just grabbed the edge of it. I don't know if that's going to be enough.
Oh, they're going for another one.
Ramming
and
straight
running into the wall.
Yeah, that's not
It
great.
looks like they may have just managed to push one over into zone 3.
Yeah, one over, not the other, I'm afraid. Trying to line slightly up to a bronze token there.
Looks like Sherborne and Headington are kind of leaving it as they are.
Got 3 robot tussle going on there. That's interesting.
Looks like Cats is just forcing all of the robots into each other.
Yeah, that's a lot of pressure that you can see is Cats College are pushing onto Headington, pushing onto Sherborne, pushing onto a gold token, pushing onto the plinth. It's it's a domino run of just pressure. Something is going to get squashed. Ten seconds for the end of this match. Not a huge amount of signs of life. There's a little few twitches from Cats College, but not a huge amount otherwise. You see their arms moving just as the clock strikes 0 there. Very well done, teams. Very well done.
There at the end of the match.
I do wonder if it's something like in the way that they've all designed the robots and all thought about doing this that causes them to just join in the same area. Because
Well, I
this
guess-
is like the third or fourth match that this happens.
I guess if you plan your robot to go clockwise and steal from your right neighbour, and the person opposite you goes anti-clockwise and steals from their left neighbour, then you'll both end up encroaching on the same zone. So
Yeah,
it's
and
interesting
then
to see if people are going which way round they're going to kind of steal the cubes.
that's true. Yeah, because they always have that central podium, so you
Yes,
can't
that's
really
true.
get
We've-
past it.
I think we've yet to see a proper clash on the podium.
Yes,
That'd be
I
fun
hope we
if
won't.
any teams manage to get up there onto the centre and have a bit of a battle. That'll be fun to witness, I think. Not sure how the robots will fare, but
Oh yeah,
I would
no.
find that interesting.
I mean, I think even if the robots fare fine, I think it's always a constant job of just fixing the robots.
That is true. The changes never end.
No,
Constantly debugging, making updates, tweaking this, tweaking that, trying to get the best robot possible.
Yeah.
Speaking of robots, we've discovered that we've got 2 different named robots. So
With
Cat's
very
College-
different names.
Very different names. Cat's College Cambridge have named their robot Bob the Bobcat. I'm not sure if there's a
Why?
theme behind that.
Maybe it's a reference.
Maybe it's a reference to something
we're
that we're
too old to
missing.
get now.
Oh no.
We're past that
Oh
time.
no, we're past. Oh, that's what happens to get old and you miss all the references. And then Headington School have named their robot Bartholomew. Apparently, a team member said that she liked 19th century names.
Yeah, so you have
So-
very, very modern names, and then you have names that no one's named anymore. Although I guess Bartholomew Simpson.
Yes, that's true, that's true. Maybe it's a reference to something else. Maybe a reference we're still missing.
A
Yes.
great 19th century
Great
cartoon.
So we now have Hills Road, Wisbeach, and Langley, I think, currently in the arena, ready for match
15th
35.
match.
Yeah, 15th
Yeah.
today.
Okay, strong start from Langley. Oh, strong start from all of our robots. They're all going somewhere. Wisbeach is going for a bronze token, it would seem. Hills Road is contemplating something.
You get out of the arena.
Looks like Hills Road's robot has keeled over forwards, perhaps? I don't know if that's a strategy.
Oh, not quite grabbing that gold token. That's very unfortunate.
Their sucker is a lot closer than it was last time, but they still never quite managed to get that gold cube.
It almost looks sadder having done that.
Yeah, it's not a happy robot. Wisbeach over there have kind of approached several cubes, not managed to move any of them very far.
No, they just move it. But these are all their own tokens as well. It's
They,
not...
they were over in zone 2 at the beginning, and they lined up to a bronze cube quite nicely, but I don't think they deployed their front barrier.
No, that is a real shame. Yeah, at the moment, they're almost just organizing their own tokens rather than trying to steal anyone else's. It's not a very greedy robot, apparently. It's making some very bad noises as well.
Langley Grammar moved out of their start zone and haven't really done anything since.
They've knocked some tokens. That's something, right? They're not in their own zone. That's also something compared to Wisbeach.
They do get points for managing to leave their zone. There are some concerning noises coming from the Wisbeach robot.
Yeah, I'm scared to be anywhere near it, to be honest.
Ten seconds left.
Wisbeach's robot has definitely just stopped short. And there we go, match 35.
The match commentary, there were some very concerning noises from Wisbeach.
Yeah, I still think it's the caterpillar tracks
yes,
fighting
yes,
against
of course,
themselves.
yes.
Because again, that's complicated.
It's complicated to work
Yeah.
out. Hopefully they can solve whatever issues they may be having.
Yeah, although they seem to be in quite a few matches, match after match. So
Seems to be doing pretty well still.
yeah,
You know what, we haven't looked at the league score in a while. Shall we
yeah, that's
take a
true.
look? So we can see that Haberdashers is currently top with 60 points.
And we've got Queensberry College still going well.
Yeah, 56, and close behind we have, I think that's King Edward Grammar.
King Edward, yes.
With 54.
And HSO is Headington School with 47 points.
Oh, we just skipped over RGS. Oh no.
RGS. I'm so
Royal
sorry.
Grammar School,
Royal
Guildford.
Grammar School,
We'll get
Guildford.
there, we'll get there. Breaking the 50-point boundary.
Maths. Oh, it's enough by one error, you know. It's software,
fine,
we're
it's
used to
fine.
those. Yeah. I think it was lovely though seeing all of them move, you know, rotate around clockwise. So I think that just goes to show, like, yeah, they definitely were thinking about traversing the
direction they're
arena
going
in
around,
one way. Yeah.
It is definitely a thing. Apparently, Cats College Cambridge have been actively using the simulator to try and build up their strategy.
Oh,
so I'm sure they
okay.
must have sat there and worked out, you know, clockwise, anti-clockwise, diagonal, all the different movement paths they could take to try and work out the best one.
Yeah, that's interesting. Like using the simulator to genuinely simulate the real environment. That's really cool.
Exactly. Being able to use that. It's quite useful to have a simulator.
Yeah.
So even if you don't have a robot, you can test your code.
Yeah.
So we now have our 16th match of the day. We have Brockenhurst. We have Eltham. I'm going to keep saying this one wrong.
We'll look it up, I'm so sorry.
Then we have Colday Grange Grammar School, and we have Queen Mary's College, who are, I think, second we just saw, so we'll see how they do in our 16th match of the day.
3, 2, 1, begin. Quick movement off the line there from the Queen Mary's College robot. The Roomba being very slow, as Roombas
They are
usually
going
are.
straight for that gold cube. Are they going to manage to grab it? They're over on the side there.
Yeah, Suction Cup, I don't think it quite got enough traction on that to properly pick it up.
Brockenhurst are grabbing one of Eltham's bronze cubes, it would seem.
Yeah, slowly moving back towards their scoring zone.
I'm not quite sure what Queen Marys are aiming to do now. Looks like they might be aiming for a bronze.
Might be stealing bronze from the Brockenhurst corner. They lined up to a bronze very nicely. Turned around. Now slightly overshot. Corrected, which is great to see. Heading straight towards. Nice performance there. One bronze token for them.
Brockenhurst is back with a couple of bronze cubes, which I believe they are now depositing. Very nicely done.
Yeah, that's 2 extra bronze tokens for them.
Queen Mary's going for another couple of bronze cubes. I'm not sure they're going to manage to keep both of them. Oh, they are. There we go. That's another 2 in their zone now.
Yeah, nicely over the line. Very well done there. Not a huge amount of signs of life coming from the Eltham robot. They apparently have put their test code on their robot, not their actual code. That's a problem,
It's an interesting strategy.
if you want to call it that.
Oh, and now the robots are running into each other.
Yeah, a little bit of a tussle there between the Brockenhurst and QMC robots.
Queen Mary seems to be doing fine. They've managed to grab another silver token. Oh,
Brockenhurst
so close.
Brockenhurst are not happy with that little tussle, clearly going and scaring Queen Mary's College back into their own scoring zone. Brockenhurst, however, appear to be stealing their own tokens. I don't know what they're planning to do with it, but it's something. There's 20 seconds left. And they're aiming scarily towards their own quadrant boundary.
Queen Mary's just appear to be shoving tokens even further into their zone than they were originally.
I guess they are safer doing that, but it's not a good way to score points, just save them.
They have managed to grab a good few cubes from Brockenhurst. Oh, that is the end of our round. Well done, everyone.
Some collisions back. The collisions are back.
But the crabs are back as well. Oh, I love Queen Mary's little grabber. It's just so cute.
It's
I know,
adorable.
like they are just robots, you know. It's just makes them look, but they're so cute.
I can't believe, I think they have, I missed this, I haven't ever missed this, but I think they have eyes in the Queen Mary robot. You can kind of see just there. They have some, well, I think they're eyes. They look like eyes in front of
googly eyes?
Yeah, you can
Oh, I
kind of
must
see
have
them
missed
there
that.
on the stream. They're hiding behind some of the boxes, the many boxes they're grabbing. But
Yeah,
it's adorable,
which
little
boxes?
face.
Oh, I do like the fact that, you know, like, you know, just purely functional projects, you know, they actually care about the design. You know, like you said with the night bus, you know, they have a theme, they have, you know, the little windows, things like that.
It's amazing to see the themes and how people personalise these robots. Because,
Yeah.
I mean, they are, at the end of the day, bits of wood, metal,
But
you know,
you care
electronic
about
components,
them.
but you care about them.
It's like your you know, many hours of
Yes.
work.
Yeah, I remember having to take out some of the bits of kit that we'd received from Student Robotics. We had to take them out at the end of the competition last year, and it was heartbreaking to sort of rip the guts out of our robot.
Oh, don't
So
say
sad.
that. I'll bring that up with the rest of the
Yeah, we want to keep our kit. We want to keep our robots alive.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, I guess that's the thing. Yeah, they feel alive in a way because
do
they are
feel alive.
autonomous
They're
at the end
running
of the day.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're being naughty, misbehaving what we want them to do. You know, very alive. It's like working with animals, but robots. Even more unpredictable. You tell them what to do and they just do whatever they want.
So they're like cats, essentially.
Yes, exactly like cats. We've solved it. So we now have our 37th league match, which is the 17th of today. And we've been practicing this.
Gymnasium Macht Indersdorf. Woohoo!
And we have Haberdasher School,
Good old me.
God old goodness, and Westminster City School.
Good luck.
Start from MAI. Westminster City is moving as well. Haberdashers is doing something. MAI is ramming right up against that gold cube. I'm not sure that's a strategy. Oh, they've managed to get their own gold cube and are dragging it back into their zone, along with a bronze one.
Clearly being very protective of it.
Haberdashers are kind of going ham in Godalming's section.
Yeah, that's quite a few tokens they actually have inside their robot. Can they deposit them? Yes, 1 silver, 1 bronze. Very well done.
MAI is going for Haberdasher's gold cube. It looks like they've got it the whole way over. Oh, not quite.
That's still over the line. It's points for them, but it does still mean Haberdashers do also get some points.
MAI is now kind of slowly trundling over to Westminster City's section.
Is their gold token next? I suspect so.
I think I may have discovered the mystery of the Tupperware on top of MAI. It looks like there's a battery in there.
Oh. That's not something you should eat. Do not eat the batteries. Top tip.
Hab's robot, I think, has got another couple of cubes in there. It's a very fast robot, theirs.
It really is, particularly for its size, and there's such tiny wheels. I think there's a silver token in there. Yes, silver and a bronze again. Nicely done, Haberdashers.
And they are still at it with 30 seconds left. Our other robots appear to have come to a standstill.
That's a real shame. I was really looking forward to seeing what MAI would have been able to do with WMC's gold token. That could have been a very nice sight to see and get them even more points than they actually have at the moment. 5 seconds. Will Haberdashers be able to get that token over to their scoring zone? No! Not quite, I'm afraid. And before anyone asks, it's when the clock strikes 0, not when the robots stop moving. I'm sorry.
I think with that match, Haberdashers have now reached over 750 game points.
Wow.
Which is a massive achievement.
That's
to be very
incredible.
proud. They're currently sitting at the top of the league leaderboard. I'll get that.
League table.
League table, there we go. And they have 60 league points, which is a pretty good lead over Queen Mary's College in second.
Yeah. And I mean, just like, just in the top 10, there's a difference of 20 points. So that's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are running away with it somewhat, but I'm sure the other teams can catch them.
Yeah.
It'll be a close race in the end. It was
yeah, at the end that was a bit scary, because you talk about them, breaking down barriers and everything. It just keeps going.
The Haberdashers robot ran into the other zone.
And
it was,
with the fact that it's really heavy, it's like, wow, that's impressive. Yeah, there's some scary motors in there.
Speaking of personality, last time, I can see it in the Haberdashers robot, the amount of details they have in their robot, it's incredible.
Oh, it's
they
wonderful.
seem to have little faces inside the windows.
They literally cut out little windows for them.
It's adorable. I wonder who these people are. Do you think they're teammates or
we'll have to
mentors?
look.
We'll have to.
Yeah, we'll get back to you tomorrow.
We'll get back to you. And they have a little number plate. Just the details in that robot. Oh, makes me very, very happy.
And again, it's
just a lot of thought.
Into that. It's just great because it means that it's not just people like coding, so they join the robotics competitions. People are interested in painting it and, you know, cutting out little things and just making it pretty visually.
Yes, there's space for
love it.
space for technical knowledge and space for design knowledge too.
Yeah,
Yes.
creativity, just pure creativity in any way.
So we now have match 38. We have Royal Grammar School. We have Cranbrook, Hertzwood, and P. Simmons College.
And Peter Simmons.
So we'll join
Good
them now.
luck.
Good luck.
Let's go.
Oh, robot collision very early this round.
Yeah, I'm not sure RGS Guildford are going to be able to pick up the Cranbrook robot. That is 12 kilos of just chunk.
Peter Simmons' robot here is very slowly shuffling to some end.
They have, however, grabbed a gold token there. Have Hertzwood Academy stealing Peter Simmons' gold token, nicely bringing it into the scoring zone very quickly.
Well done. Oh, and now there was that a celebratory spin, do you think?
I think it was. Yeah, I'd like to think it was, and it definitely wasn't a bug of some kind. Those don't exist. Don't know what you're on about.
Cranbrook's robot rather fond of the wall. RGS is still moving. Not sure it's managed to do much so far.
It's lining up towards trying to steal one of Cranbrook's bronze tokens there. Just missed it from going inside the robot. In the meantime, Hertzwood, after their fantastic performance stealing that gold token, are sadly laying lifeless
That
in
may
their
just
scoring
be
zone.
their strategy.
It could be. Grab a gold, and that's enough for them. We will see as the competition progresses.
Peter Simmons is very sedately spinning in circles.
Yeah, that's more of a look at me, I'm still here.
Better than no movement at all, I suppose.
It definitely is, which is what's filling the rest of the arena, unfortunately. We have Cranbrook laying here. They've got a bronze token underneath, but sadly it's still in their scoring zone. RGS Guildford are also in Cranbrook's scoring zone. They've been able to steal in fact...
Oh, Peter Simmons is doing something.
It shuffled a little bit.
It shuffled a little bit.
And it's still spinning. 15 seconds of just staring at Peter Simmons spinning. Their team delighted at their spinning performance.
As they should be.
They really should be. It is a valiant performance. Reliably spinning for that long is an achievement. And there we go, end of match 38. Very well done, teams.
That was
Peter Simmons, no matter how much like you're still running around, I'm sorry.
I'm really interested to see what the slope inside. They seem to have the four walls and they have a bit of a slope situation. And I don't know what that's for, but
I think they found
that put to use.
Yeah, I think they found to like have the boxes enter the robot in some way, but I can't visualize
that would
it.
make
so
sense, yeah. Maybe they're hoping people will sort of throw them and they'll slide down. Maybe.
Maybe.
Be interesting to see what the strategy is.
Last year, again, we had a robot that was just flip itself instead of flipping the can. So anything's possible, you know? Anything at all is possible.
Anything is possible. I forgot about that robot. That was a lot of fun.
That was wild.
Just throwing
That
itself,
was truly
rolling
out
all
of
around
the
the
box.
arena.
Yeah.
Yes, very out of the box indeed.
Yeah, and again, I think it was another robot that, you know, didn't really do much, and then suddenly it worked, and it was just like, wow, that's unique.
We see this a lot, and the nice thing about this is that it matters a little bit, but the league table is not the be all and end all.
Oh yeah,
We
no,
have the
of
knockouts
course.
tomorrow, so you could come last in the league, and then you could suddenly come
Rise
from
up.
behind and take the victory, snatch victory from the jaws of defeat. So I'm looking forward to see which teams have a surprising progress leap and come out of nowhere to be the ones to beat. Yeah.
Well, not nowhere, but...
Well, not nowhere.
Yeah.
That's true.
Hopefully, what was it? Was it Royal Grammar School that banished themselves to the corner? Yeah, no, we still believe in you. You don't need to do that. It's okay.
Who do we have coming up next? So we have...
We'll learn the acronyms.
We'll learn the acronyms. This is one that has defeated me. Harris Westminster Sixth Form. There we go. Then we have Abingdon Boys School. We have St. We had a discussion. Olives.
Although
we'll find out.
The arena's
and then
empty.
Yes. Oh, that is true. We seem to be lacking robots.
So we have more time to figure out how to pronounce
St. Olives. Or some olives? Olives? We'll find out.
We have been given guidance, but the guidance implies you have minimum some knowledge.
Yes. The guidance is not explicit.
Not explicit. And we have King Edward the 6th grammar school as well.
Yes. So hopefully we can get started with, I think this will be match 39. The 19th match of the day.
19th match of the day, which is
we are going through them
wild.
quick.
I have no idea what time it is.
You could tell me it's 2 in the morning and I would believe you. I wouldn't know.
Oh, you could tell me it's 11, which is, yeah, sure, I can believe that.
That's right. Could be Sunday. Well,
yeah.
we'll just keep going until
What
the
a
match
days.
stops.
Well, no, they continue next year as well, you see.
Then we just stay here. We stay here commentating on just an empty arena until in a year's time the robots return.
Well, you say with the arena, I think it's a little bit funny because this, if you're not from University of Southampton, you might not know this, but this arena, this building, part of the building is called the Cube. So it's usually for, different activities like, yeah, I know, there's ping pong going on here, there's nightclub type things going on here, things with cubes in the cube.
Yes, things.
Which I thought was quite funny, yeah.
This is taking place in the Southampton Union if you're not aware of the university. So it's a very, very good space for lots of different needs.
I highly recommend it, obviously completely unbiased, yeah.
Very unbiased, yeah. I think it looks like they're about ready to start, hopefully. 3 minutes. 3 minutes we're here into the next match. So what should we discuss a little bit about some of the robots? So I think I've already forgotten everything we were just saying. Oh dear. We definitely had Harris Westminster.
Yes.
I
don't think we had King Edward yet.
Have we seen them yet?
No, I'm not sure we have.
Maybe this will be the glorious first match. They'll come in and wow us with their amazing skills, amazing robots.
Well, that's why we're having to wait. Clearly,
That's it. Yeah, it's such
like
an
welcoming
important
royalty.
unveiling that we got to sit here and find out.
Yeah.
Building anticipation. That's what we're doing.
Definitely.
Building anticipation.
I do hope Barton Peveril's robot will move at some point because it looks it's quite interesting, with the curved design. I want to see how it works.
Yeah, we want to see all the robots win.
Yeah.
Before, but we think they're all winners.
Well, I mean, even just for getting here, for physically building something, that's really impressive.
It's a lot of work the teams have had to put in over the last 6 months.
Yeah, 6 months, which is
6 weeks if they're cramming it, which I know some of the teams have been.
Wow,
But,
I would not recommend. Do as I say and not as I do.
Yes. It's one of those where the earlier you start, the better. Although, like me and my coursework, does get pushed a little bit to the last minute. But yes, do as we say.
Someday we'll learn.
Someday we'll learn. Maybe not today.
Yeah, maybe before retirement, but someday we'll learn.
We will get there eventually. Just like someday we'll learn how to pronounce these team names.
Yes. Yeah, you'll see us tonight just
practicing our German.
Going on Google Translate.
Olives. We'll get there. We'll find out.
Just call the school. Well, they're right here.
Yeah, they're right here. We can go down and ask them.
Yes.
It seems that King Edward Grammar have a secret strategy. They're not telling us, but they've told us that they have a secret strategy.
So we have
see
nothing
if we
much
can
to
pick up
say.
what that is. They do also apparently have arms on the front that can hug the tokens, which is a very lovely thing to do. They take this,
usually those are called grabbers, but arms to hug, that's so cute.
Yeah, they turn sort of a grabbing, aggressive action into a little sweet hug. This little shot. I have been holding this the entire time. He sits here, observing, overseeing.
He's a quality assurance, you see.
Quality assurance, yes, that's it.
Yes.
Making sure we don't talk nonsense in our commentary, keeping us to task.
Oh, don't get distracted by random things we have.
We would never get distracted. So it looks like they're hopefully about ready to start match 39. So we can go join them now with Harris Westminster, Abingdon School, St Olives, we'll go with that, and King Edward Grammar School.
2, 1, let's go.
Seeing movement from all of our robots very early. It's lovely to see. Harris Westminster, I think they might be going for Keggs' gold cube. I'm not sure they've quite... Oh! Very close there.
Oh, that was sad to see.
Keggs is sort of just pushing bronze cubes around. I think that one might score a point for Harris Westminster rather than them. Oh, very good from Abingdon. They've just managed to sucker that gold cube.
Yes, stealing it from the empty St. Erlad's corner. Let's see, can they get it back to their scoring zone?
Hopefully they'll manage to hold on to it for long enough.
Just about dragging it behind them.
It's very
Yes.
carefully done there.
There it is, over the line. Very, very well done, Abingdon School there.
Meanwhile, Kegs is running into the wall.
It's a strategy we definitely see a lot.
Harris Westminster not doing much.
No, they're clearly still down on their luck a little bit, having not quite been able to grab that gold token at the start of the match.
Abingdon clearly want to get that gold cube very thoroughly into their zone. They're not letting go of it.
It's not good enough for it to be just over the line. They're clearly trying to wedge it in the corner or something. Or they've forgotten it's there, one of the two.
Looks like they've let it go now. I think you can just about make out the sucker marks on the side of the cube now.
Oh, yeah, a little bit.
It's an interesting pivot around the ledge there. I'm not quite sure it's what they were aiming for.
No, I can't imagine it was an intentional move. Oh, 15 seconds there, trying to line up to Harris Westminster's gold token. They have grabbed it.
They've acquired a second one. Are they going to get it across?
In
5 seconds.
4, 3, 2, 1. Yes! That was in! Amazing performance there from Abingdon. Very well done.
Dramatic scenes.
That was
Abingdon
so
there.
cool.
Yeah.
Because I was just writing down because someone came to tell us that they had that Abingdon School had suction grabbers on the back, and they just used it. So now everyone it's so cool.
Yeah, you see a little suction cup there to drag the cubes along.
And it works.
It works. I mean, that was very intense. You can hear the excitement in the room as they managed to just about squeeze it into their zone.
Yeah, because again, you know, anything after the countdown stop doesn't count anymore.
Yeah.
Which is
Any
really
movement
sad
that happens
sometimes.
will not count. I've seen some robots. I think we saw was it Cranbrook running with some cubes just after.
I think it's like
after
2
time had
cubes
gone.
as well. It's just
Yes,
extra
yeah.
sad to see.
Extra
but
sad, yeah.
Rules are rules.
Rules. They are rules. Yeah. So, I think we had. Has Abingdon lost? I may be mixing my teams up. But I think Abingdon had a sort of a scoop earlier on.
Did it?
Maybe that was another team. It's very possible. We've seen so many robots, it's hard
I
to
feel
keep
like I
straight in
need
my mind.
a photo album, not just for the good memories, but for the less good memories.
We need the Spotter's Guide. That's something we can
Spotter's
do.
Guide.
The Spotter's Guide to robots.
Oh no.
Many robots and how to spot them.
And then you have a thing like, if you hear this sound, it's this robot.
Yes, if you hear 3 motors fighting each other, that will probably be Wisbeach in their tracks.
Hopefully not for long,
Hopefully
but
not for
currently
long,
that
yes.
is the case.
So we have just under 20 seconds till the next match. The 20th match of the day. We are getting through them so fast.
So we only just said it's the 5th match.
We have Hampton and Lady Eleanor. We have Barton Pembrell, who hopefully we'll see move. We have the College of Richard Collier and the Ladies College Guernsey.
Yeah. Quick off the line movement there from the Colliers robot. As always, it seems with them.
Barton
And so-
Pembrell is spinning around quite quickly.
very, very quickly. That's quite the spinning performance. I've not seen one spin that quick in a very long time.
Ham is grabbing a couple of bronze tokens, bringing them back to their zone. TLC is making a go for this bronze one here. They haven't quite managed to get it though. Collier's speeding into TLC's section and just moving things.
Just over a minute and a half now, and still lots of spinning coming for the Barton Pembrell corner. Lots and lots and lots of spinning, and unfortunately not really much else.
TLC have managed to get over into Ham's corner, but aren't doing much now. Looks like Ham's robot is still bringing in cubes from Barton Peveril.
Yeah, just taking advantage of Barton Peveril there, just not really doing much, just spinning around while Hampton drains their scoring zone of tokens. We're at just under a minute now. Colliers have been able to navigate around our arena, but it'd be interesting to see how exactly they're going to acquire any tokens, given they actually don't have a grabbing mechanism.
Gotta say, Colliers are really making great use of those Macadam wheels. They're going all over the place in all directions.
It might as well be a random number generator at this point, just moving. I can't work out what it is they are doing. It really is like a children's RC car. Just drive, smash into a thing, have some fun.
Are the googly eyes a new addition? I don't recall them from earlier.
I'm not sure. I don't recall them either. And particularly there's 3 of them. And to the final 5 seconds. Still Barton Peveril spinning. That's a lot of endurance. And there we have it. Match number 40 is over. Very, very well done, teams. Very well done.
Just moving out of their zone.
Oh,
so,
wish came true.
wish did come true.
You moved.
Although they have drawn so many circles in the carpet.
They moved.
They did move. They spun around so much I can see a circle forming in the carpet.
Yeah, so I think, the power isn't being delivered to one of the wheels or something
it did
like
look
that.
like one of the wheels was just not moving. But,
But hey,
they
it's
get 10 out of 10
halfway
for
there.
artistry, I think. 10 out of 10 for beautiful pirouettes on the spot. Love the artistry. If this was a dancing robotics competition, they would be in the lead.
Well, there's an idea.
That is next year. Next year is who has the best dance moves.
Yeah. Really make the judges work for that one.
Yeah, exactly. I think we had which team was it? With one of the teams in that match, goodness, had the Omni wheels and they were zigzagging around.
Oh yes, yeah. I think
that's
that was
another good dance move.
The Richard Collier College.
Yes, that was right.
Yes. No, it was very smooth movement, and it's
Very smooth,
you know, mostly when we can hear things from all the way down to the arena. That's a bad thing, but I think they just have really powerful motors.
Yes,
because you get it every time they move.
Yeah,
You hear they're really, ramping up like the the robot moving, and clearly the wheels were working together. It's just
you can hear them coming.
powerful. Yeah.
Yes, powerful.
Very
definitely.
fast. Yeah.
So I think this could be a good time to have another quick look at the league scores. Not much seems to have changed since we last looked.
Haberdash is still high.
Haberdash is still with 60 points in the lead. I think Queen Mary was in second.
Second.
Yes. Although we now have news on the next match.
So
we
Code
have
Ninjas
Code
Newbury.
Ninjas Newbury, who I think is still not here, but hopefully we'll see an appearance from them tomorrow maybe.
Hopefully. Oh yes. That's
Then
still...
we have Colday Grange Grammar School.
We have just 2 robots actually.
Oh yeah, just 2 robots. That looks like Hills Road and Haberdashers.
Yes. Good luck to both.
Begin. Okay, slow but steady movement from Hills Road. Haberdashers are set off as well.
One thing I quite enjoy about the Hills Road robot is whatever motors they're using, they don't have that annoying whine that a drill motor normally has. It's a silent hover almost through our arena.
It's a stealth robot.
It really is. I love it.
I mean, that's until they turn the suction pump on.
Yeah, that thing's loud. There it is.
There we go.
Let's see, will their arm extend? Anytime now, Hills Road.
If it extended, I think they might be able to grab the token, but they are not, it would seem. Haberdashers have grabbed a couple of cubes from CNN's section.
It's nicely a bronze token there for them.
Looks like Habs is now going for some of Hills Road's tokens. They've got a very interesting gate on the front of their robot. I rather like it.
They have. It's a very simple mechanism that's now being thrown at the Hills robot. It's very unfortunate to see that the Hills Road robot there has lined up against the arms and is in fact being destroyed a little bit by the Haberdasher's robot, but it's not actually moving anywhere. They engage the suction pump, and then that seems to be it.
Possibly that's their strategy this round. Intimidation by noise.
It really is just that there's haberdashers just around there, clearly moving a lot slower than they were before. Maybe they are just intimidated by the mere presence of Hills Road.
Looks like haberdashers have probably grabbed about as many cubes as they can carry, and they're heading back to their zone.
This might be another one that gets very close to the boundary. There's 15 seconds.
Are they going to raise the gate before leaving is the question.
Or are they going to take them away?
Not.
This could be very close. There's 5, 4, 3. Oh, sadly not. 2, 1, 0. End of match. As Sam just about switches it off.
Sad scenes as the Hills Road arm didn't seem to quite extend there. I'm not sure what the problem was, but hopefully they'll be able to fix that one by next time.
Yeah, and I guess you had the celebratory dance from Haberdashers,
Yes.
but unfortunately they didn't release their cubes. And with the rules, if you have cubes inside the robot, they don't count as being in any area. So that's just points lost for all teams.
Sad times.
Yeah. But I think what's interesting as well is that, you know, we keep having these matches with 2 robots as teams are still coming in, or teams have, you know, been unable to make it on the day for any reason. That kind of means that the arena is easier.
This is true, yeah. You
can
have
steal
fewer
more.
robots to worry about stealing your cubes.
I'm not sure that's something that the competitors have thought of, but it may be something to think about next year.
Yes, yeah. Or deliberately sabotage other teams so they can't turn up. Is that the gameplay here? Maybe not.
Is this? Were you the reason Hills Road stopped? I meant more in the event of a team not turning up through no cause of other teams.
Yeah.
I need to be careful what I
we do not
say now.
encourage sabotaging other teams.
No.
Don't do it.
No, we do not.
We do not.
do
We do not. No, we do not. For legal reasons.
We need to fix that induction.
We add it to the rules.
Yeah.
No breaking down of other teams' minibuses. No deliberate action.
Only you could have done that in your year, you know, no one else. Oh, wow, the time does fly. We're in our 20-second match.
20-second match.
Yeah, so we have got Hertzwood Academy, Brockenhurst, Langley, is it? Langley Grammar School, who are a rookie, and who are here. And Tiffin.
Who are not, but
Tiffin who are not. Good luck.
Begin.
Speedy start from Hartswood over in that corner. Same with Langley Grammar School in theirs. They appear to be just pushing cubes around though, Langley. And Brockenhurst is not going very far. Oh, no, now they are. I think Hartswood might be trying for the gold cube again.
They've got their lift up. Can they move backwards, grabbing the gold token? Let's find out.
They
Slowly,
can.
yes, just losing it
So
there against the
close.
arms of our raised plinth. Oh, that's very unfortunate. We're so close to greatness. And they're just having a tantrum now.
Brockenhurst have grabbed a few cubes from Langley's section and are bringing them back, I think.
Yeah, nicely deposited there. That's 2 bronze tokens for them. Very, very well done. Let's see if they can get any more in the final minute and a half.
Yeah. Langley made a nice run over to the section next to theirs, went back and haven't moved since.
I don't really want to call that a strategy. It's an issue that hopefully they get resolved before the end of this competition.
I think we can call it a strategy. It may not be a logical strategy, but...
Or maybe a good one. But, you know, they might get some pity points from some other teams. You never know.
They do get points for moving, do they not?
They do, in fact, yes. Moving out of their quadrant of the arena does give them, yes, 1 bonus game point. There's only 1.
It's better than 0.
It's a lot better than 0, yes. A single point can be the difference between first place and second, and we have seen it in the past. "40 seconds remaining now, and the Roomba is just sort of
jostling side to side a bit. It's got a few
I think
tokens
it's
in it.
shuffling forward very slowly.
Very, very slowly. 30 seconds remain. It's got a bronze token and a silver token in.
Looks like maybe it can't find a marker.
It's 2 feet from its scoring zone. Will it be able to move in time? I do not know. Go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh, what a shame. What a shame. But very, very well done, team. Very well done indeed.
So I think it was it Brockenhurst that, very carefully put its cubes into the small area. So actually the scoring zone is the entire quadrant, but it's lovely that they've, identified that little area.
Yeah, they really want to group together, which is nice.
No, that's great to see.
Apparently, Hertzwood are using a custom camera. I don't know if this is true, but apparently they're not using the one that we provided to them in the kits.
Oh,
they have their
okay.
own one.
Wow.
So apparently, this is the word on the street, it uses AI for depth perception, which is fun.
Wow.
I'm not sure quite how it works, but maybe they're using it to sort of gauge distances to tell how far away to the next cube.
Yeah, I do wonder how much of the AI is something that they just interface with versus how much is something that they have to train.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
how
they
do you get it
train
to
their
ignore
models and-
certain things but not ignore others in a way?
And I wonder how the lighting is treating them.
Oh yes.
I know
True.
we have very lovely, fabulous stage lights, but sometimes teams find that it interferes with their cameras and they start seeing weird things or just seeing nothing at all. So
Yeah.
be fun to see if they've been able to train the AI for that as well.
Yeah, although I guess using vision, using the camera for depth perception is quite difficult, especially in
Yes,
an arena
yeah.
like this with things moving all the time.
Yes, yeah, like constant motion. Pretty hard to judge distances.
Yeah, a brave moment.
Yeah,
Brave
a
choice.
bold move. And
Yes.
hopefully works out for them. Hopefully, we shall see.
So next we have Sherborne School, who's a rookie this competition.
Yes. We also have Queen Mary College,
And
we have
Abington.
Abington Boys School, and Harris Westminster School. So we'll move over to League Match 43. That was what it's called.
Go. Strong start from Sherborne. Harris Westminster is careening right into Abingdon's section. Looks like Abingdon and Queen Mary's might be going for the same gold cube.
That was unfortunate to see there from Harris Westminster. It actually looks like their arm might not be big enough to reach around our gold tokens there.
It does seem like it.
Just an inch more would make all the difference.
Sherborne's having a bit of a wander through Queen Mary's section and managed to get one cube. Abingdon have suctioned a gold cube from Harris Westminster and looks like they may be trying to take that back to their zone. Looks like Sherborne may be lining up for another bronze cube there. Oh, no, maybe not. Harris Westminster and Abingdon seem to just be chilling there now.
Yeah, just over 1 minute left. QMC there just grabbing a bronze token there from the Abingdon pit. Not quite going in the right direction though, sadly, and there is a Sherborne in the way that they're actually pushing instead. That's a strategy, I guess.
They are wrestling over a cube, it would seem. I'm not sure the cube's going to survive.
No, there's actually a bronze token in the Sherborne robot that's slowly moving side to side on the scoring zone there. There's a silver
Looks like
now.
it's leaning towards Queen Mary's section.
Just about, yeah. It's not quite a tug of war. It's more like a push of war. There's 3 tokens here that could come down right to the final second. We have 18 left. Yeah.
It's very close. Currently, they're all in Queen Mary's section, but are they going to stay there?
6,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And there we go. That is the end of the match. Very, very well done teams there. Came right down to the last second.
So, big clash there at the end.
Yeah.
Looked like one of our tokens was getting very squished. Hopefully it's doing
just-
all right.
Yeah, it's interesting because I think Queen Mary's is one of the colleges that are trying to go for the gold first, but they were fighting over, you know,
Yeah,
what
the
was
bronze
bronze
and
or
silvers.
silver. Yeah.
It was interesting there we had 2 teams in the top 10 league point scores. We had Sherbrooke and Queen Mary, who are currently at 2nd. Queen Mary's at 2nd and Sherbrooke's at 6th. So two
which
of
again-
the ones to watch there, backing it
Yeah,
out.
Sherburne is so impressive, like being that high up in the league tables
Yes,
when, you know, it's
yeah,
the first
yeah.
time competing. And yeah, I guess for such a quick and, you know, rapid moving robot, like I can see why they're getting up there.
Yes, yeah. Speed
Yeah.
is definitely key sometimes.
Yeah.
They're able to zip around and steal all those cubes before anyone else can get to them.
Yeah, but also it seems like as you were saying with the specification where you have to be within 500 millimeters, they seem to have really taken that literally and maxed out because it looks like a tower. I think
Yes,
it's nice that you
very
have.
imposing.
Yeah, you have that in comparison to, I don't know, Abington, where, you know, they're really tiny,
yeah,
you know,
little zippy
clutching
robot, very
clutching
sweet.
the gold cube, and then you have that tower of Sherburne.
I guess that is the question to whether you're gonna sort of push the cube or grab it outside the
Yeah.
robot, whether you're just gonna consume it, swallow it whole, go
Yeah.
around and scoop up all these robots inside you and then sort of spit them out. The
Like-
different tactics there involved.
Yeah, I guess in a way it's kind of scary going with that method, which I think is also, yeah, is that what Queen Mary is doing in a way? Like basically like collecting
hold on to
loads of them, because then you have to make sure that you return to your starting
Yes,
position
exactly.
at the end, because otherwise,
You'll just be giving other teams points.
yeah, you're just, well, you're mixing up the team's points.
Yeah, you
You
don't
may be
want to
causing
take
someone
all
else
the
to
robots
win.
and just deliver them to someone else. That'll be
Yeah.
not so good for your team. So we now have 4 robots ready to start match 44. So we have Cranbrook, Peter Simmons, and I can't quite tell what the other ones are. I think we have Cranbrook, Peter Simmons. We have Hampton and Lady Eleanor, and we have King Edwards. There we go. Ready to start match 44. Good luck all teams.
Begin.
Strong start from all of our robots here. Ham's heading straight over into Cranbrook's section and grabbing their first cube. Keg's doing the same from Ham.
Hey.
Peter Simmons has just left their zone and is now seemingly quite content staying where it is. Oh, we've got quite a collision going on between Cranbrook and Ham there.
Hampton's there slowly turning around, trying to find some tokens for them to grab. But Kegs Chelmsford, on the other hand, they have some bronze tokens stolen from Hampton's corner. 3 there. Oh, just let go of them, I'm afraid, before their scoring zone.
Ham looks like it's trying to orient itself towards something, but it's not finding it.
No, I don't know what it is. I'm hoping what they're trying to find is a token rather than
It seems
anything
what
else.
they are finding is the wall of the plinth.
Yeah, the plinth isn't something that's particularly useful, and they will not be able to move it. And before anyone asks, that is not a challenge.
Kegs have just brought another token back home. Cranbrook is not doing much.
Kegs, they're going for another one of Hampton's silver tokens. It's 45 seconds. They might be able to combine it with the 3 they've got close to their scoring zone to maybe get a bunch of points right at the end.
Perhaps
We will
they
have
might
to
just
see.
manage to sweep one of those silver tokens in as they go. That'll get them some points.
Yeah, they're slowly lining up. They've stopped. That's a good sign. Driving, grabbing another silver. Oh, no.
It's not taking them back home.
No, It's slowly coming towards, but not quite, and there's only 17 seconds left.
We've got a bit of movement from Ham. I'm not sure it's particularly productive movement. They have a cube inside their robot, but they are not taking it home. They are taking it to the wall.
That doesn't really score them any points, I'm afraid.
Unfortunately not.
And there it is, the end of match number 44. Very, very well done, teams. Very well done.
Peter Simmons moved!
Getting
I'm
there.
so proud
Yeah.
of you.
I've heard apparently their strategy is to pick up tokens, drop them into themselves, and then open them back when they've got back to their zone, which is an interesting strategy. It hopefully, if they manage to get back, stops them from dropping cubes into other people's scoring zones. So that's good.
That's good.
We'll see if they manage to pull this off. Hopefully later today or tomorrow.
I have faith in you. I have faith
We
in
have faith in
all
you,
of the
Sims.
competitors.
Apparently, also their robot is called Cubit.
Yes, on the less technical note, Cuba, I assume, the cute robot.
It's a very sweet name. I think if we could give points for names, I would give them points for Cubit. It's a good name.
I'm sure there's some award for it. But no, I think what was interesting that we saw King Edward's Grammar School, the robot moving more, and you can see the size, and it kind of looks like glass or plastic, but actuality, it's mesh. So I think they want to reduce the weight of the robot, because obviously if you are heavier, you need stronger motors.
Yes.
And yeah, so they decided to go with mesh, because at the end of the day, the bronze cubes are really light. It's literally just cardboard. So yeah, that's an interesting way of going about it. Because
Interesting way. I didn't think it was sort of plastic from up here, but mesh is a good way to go.
Yeah.
I think the teams have a 10 kilogram limit, I think, for the robot. I think that's right.
it just seems huge to
Which
me.
seems huge, but I know some of them are pushing it, or maybe even slightly over.
Yeah.
So
In which case, I don't want to mess with the kind of motors you're using.
Yeah, there's some big beefy motors being used down there.
Yeah.
A lot of them are quite loud. We can hear them from up here, even several meters above the arena.
Yeah, well, you say that. I think it's quite interesting because, most of the time it's quite easy to make a motor go and the motor stop. But when Peter Simmons was moving in a straight line, it just had the motors, go and stop and, kind of short bursts. So that's, in a way, more complicated. So,
It's more
I'm excited to see what's going to come.
I suppose it means it helps them not overshoot.
Yeah.
They go in little intervals, they can sort of inch their way around. Inch their way there. Goodness. The power of words is failing me. So we now have about 10 seconds to the next match. We have Barton Peveril, Headington School, College of Richard Collier, and Wisbech Grammar School.
Good luck all.
Go. Speedy start from Colliers is what we've come to expect from them, I think. Barton Peveril's got 2 cubes straight out the bat. Looks like Wisbech is maybe trying to grab this bronze one, but they've just got caught on the side of the arena.
They rotated it, that's something, but it doesn't get any points for its orientation, I'm afraid.
Yes. Collier's trying to ram a gold cube, and Headington's trying to ram the plinth. I'm not sure either strategies are going to work.
No, I'm afraid not. Collier's, however, still moving sporadically around our arena.
Wisbech really ramming into this corner.
That's a lot of movement there from Collier's.
I'm not sure it's the kind of movement they are hoping for.
No, it really hates that arm of our plinth.
Interestingly, their robot doesn't really have a mechanism for grabbing cubes. I assume their approach is to approach it side on and then shuffle round.
It could be. I mean, driving up beside them and just shuffling them over would definitely work, but it's going to require some very accurate movement. 4 Omni Wheels is absolutely the right way to get that accurate movement.
Well, they have very nearly just got a bronze cube back in their own section.
Yeah, very, very nearly, but sadly not quite, I'm afraid.
If they just moved a little bit further backwards.
Yeah, there's 51 seconds. That's enough time for it to spring back into life and knock over the token. But I'm afraid not. That's 10 centimeters from the line. That is unfortunate.
Looks like Barton Peveril has moved some cubes and has given up. I'm assuming that was maybe their approach. It seems quite a respectable one. They've now got 2 extra bronze tokens in their section.
2 bronze tokens is a darn sight better than no bronze tokens. Well, 2 more than they started with, I guess.
Ten seconds left. And that is the end of the match. Well done, teams.
Hello everyone and welcome back to SR. Your ears do not deceive you. The commentators have changed. My name is Anton. Joining me together with me is
Hannah. Hi.
I've had a very enjoyable day today, haven't you?
Yeah, so I've been running the photo studio for the entire day, getting photos of all the teams and their robots. It's been very fun.
Yeah, it's certainly because you actually get to see all the teams in their costumes and their robots, which are very, very nicely themed this year.
Yeah, so we've got like loads from Harry Potter and Hogwarts to Raspberry Pis. Like some of the teams put like a lot of effort in, and all of them have really.
Exactly.
Yeah.
MAI, when I look at them, I salivate because they make me hungry. Because it makes me want to go for a slice of pie.
Yeah, it's just the amount of effort they've had. Like even like they've even got like raspberries on their little table as well, just to like finalise their theme.
They've also been, when I went to see their table this morning, they were giving out little raspberry sweets, which I'm not sure. Does that count as bribery?
Possibly. But then do we have to count the ducks that have also been handed around
That's
today
true.
as well?
I think Colliers this year has been the kings and queens of ducks.
Yes, they've taken over Hills Road's role from last year.
Exactly. So in that match, we had Barton Pepperell Headington, the College of Richard Collier, CRY, the Duck College, which I'm not going to refer to them as. Not sure how happy they're going to be about that. And WGS. A lot of English, it's great. A lot of pushing and shoving in that match.
Yeah, and a lot of shuffling as well from Colliers.
Exactly.
They just kept going diagonally.
Yeah.
Although a lot of them want to just drive into the plinth wall, which is always just what happens sometimes with the robot. As long as they just keep working on it, it will just slowly get there.
Exactly, but there aren't any tokens on top of the plinth. So
Yeah.
Right, we're about 24 seconds away from our next match, match number 46. There have been a lot of matches between the Ladies College, WMC, MAI, and SOG.
Go. Strong start from TLC. MAI is just very slowly lining up to their own gold cube. Looks like TLC might be going for a gold token, and they've grabbed it. They are pulling it further into WMC's section. Are they going to get it over to their own?
Sadly, the St. Olave's robot, it's their first appearance today, but they actually haven't been able to move, unfortunately.
Looks like TLC have managed to move a gold token, but not quite get it into their own section.
Now, MAI are lining up to a gold token there. Will their arm be able to deploy? Yes, fantastic. Can they drag it over?
This has been their approach so far. They haven't managed to get it all the way over yet.
That's over enough to score them points.
Yep.
Fantastic performance there, Team MAI,
Listen,
as
taking
always.
Another run up at it. And it's all the way in! Fantastic!
Now, let's see. There's a gold token here in the WMC scoring zone. Will they be able to grab it?
Are they going to be able to tell that it's there? As we know, all of the cubes in this year's competition have the same code on them.
Sadly, it actually looks like MAI have just stopped dead, unfortunately.
I do believe they've added some raspberries on the side of their robot now. It's a good look, don't you think?
Well, given if we look at the stage, their entire team is dressed as raspberries, it's definitely on brand. Definitely be in the running for the Robot and Team Image Award there. 40 seconds remaining now, match number 46, and the arena is still. Not a huge amount going on. Very good performances from Team MAI there. That's 2 gold tokens in their scoring zone.
And
only one of which is
a
theirs.
really fantastic show from TLC as well. They're so close to getting that gold token, and I think with a bit of tweaking, next round they might have a shot.
They very much might, yes. There is a lot that they could be able to do in between now and their next appearance. Anything can happen in between appearances. We've got 5 seconds remaining now this match.
And that is the end of the round. Well done, teams.
Very well done there. Very well. Strong round of applause.
A very electrifying atmosphere. Even up here, we can definitely tell what was going on.
Yeah.
Very dramatic gold grab from MAI. However, we do need to say a very congratulations to SOG making their first appearance today.
Yeah, so even though their robot didn't particularly move, it is just a great start that they've got here.
Exactly. Well, I mean, that's their starting point, right?
Yeah.
Because now they can build upon it, and then hopefully later they'll be able to iterate their design and finally, maybe even, steal some other people's tokens.
Yeah. But of course, MAI's robot, that was a good effort there.
It was an excellent effort. We were on our seat edges. I think that's what it's called. They put the token on the edge in both zones, but then they managed to tip it into theirs.
Yeah, and TLC as well. Just grabbed the goal, but it dropped it just before.
That's unfortunate, because unfortunately it doesn't count for their zone because it was in fact in their opponent's.
Yeah.
Some little trivia about MAI, because this morning I tried to go around each of the teams individually to try and find out more about what they were doing and what kind of theming they have. MAI, interestingly, have a pug, I believe, as their mascot called James.
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 Good name.
It's a very good name for a pug, and pugs are really cute.
Yeah.
They're really smooshy faces. We're about 20 seconds away from match number 47.
Should we look at the leagues table?
We should. We probably should take a brief look at the league table. Thank you for reminding me. Haberdash is very close to being, what I believe, the first team to reach 1,000 game points in an SR competition.
But Queen's Mary's College has also gained there very quickly.
It's quite interesting to see because those top 3 teams are the top 3 teams that are in the virtual competition.
And from Cats, Eltham's moving as well now. Looks like RGS is going for that gold cube. They've got a lovely sucker there, and they've managed to grab it. Fantastic. ELC is running into a wall. They managed to grab 3 cubes, but they've no way to take them back to their zone.
RGS Guildford, they're nearly dropping a gold token on the Cats robot there, but that's nicely given them 1 gold token on top of the one they started with. Great performance there.
Cats robot is having a bit of a run around, trying to grab cubes, but not being particularly successful so far. RGS appear to have run into a bit of a wall over there. Cats is still moving, but they're not really getting their cubes anywhere useful. Looks like they might be having another go for one of Eltham's. Unsuccessfully, it would seem, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's a shame. RGS Guildford as well, not quite being able to line up to the bronze tokens that they're trying to steal from Godalming's scoring zone. Instead, they're just pushing around the ones they already have.
RGS is still moving. I think they might win the match with that gold token regardless, but it's great to see them still trying to steal points from Godalming.
Yeah, definitely rewarding perseverance.
Cat's making another go for one of these tokens. It's not quite working out for them. And RGS, no, not RGS. Eltham of just chilling there. That is the end of our round. Well done, teams.
Right, I think that was an interesting show of really cool mechanisms there. So with RGS, with the suction cup as well, just pick it up slowly and then being able to just carry it around like that. That is really cool. And then Cat's College as well.
Cat's College have an interesting mechanism because they almost kind of clamp onto their cubes with that metallic arm at the front of their robot, which they then use to drag it back to their zone. What always gets me about Student Robotics competitions is the varying approach that teams have year on year to their challenge that they've been presented with.
Yeah, some just go all out with loads of mechanisms. Some just have a box which they just go in, pick it up, go, but all work well. And it's just, it's nice to have a change with each robot.
Definitely, and to see the kind of passion that the teams have put in, because they've been working on this project for 6 months, right? And they've probably poured out their heart and soul, and to see them come in and compete and actually perform well, makes me very happy.
Yeah, especially with some of the newer teams as well.
Absolutely, we do have some rookie teams. I'm not sure if any were in that match. The rookie teams who are here for the first time, they are also competing very well. Interesting bit of trivia, I might say, about Cat's College in that match. Their robot is called Bob the Bobcat. because Cat's College. Meow.
Of course, has to be on theme.
It does. 20 seconds away from match 48, we are racing through these. Between the Tiffin School, Queen Mary's College, Cranbrook, and Corday Grange. Very excited for it.
Yep, go. We kind of missed that.
Water is good. Water is good. Match 48 now.
Queen Mary is making a go for that gold cube. They're not quite successful, I don't think. Cranbrook are way off with that sucker, but it's a very good attempt.
Yeah, not quite lined up there. That's very unfortunate. 2 suction-based robots in this match. A Cranbrook in the pink, and we have Queen Mary's College in the orange. Both teams are getting very close to each other. Cranbrook seeming more interested in our arena wall than in any token inside our arena.
Queen Mary also has googly eyes. I didn't notice this. I don't know if this is a new thing as well. If it's just a trend now, all of the robots can have googly eyes.
Googly eyes is absolutely a trend we're seeing more often in Student Robotics. I don't entirely know why. I guess people like to sort of anthropomorphize their robots to sort of feel an emotional connection to basically their child that they've birthed over the last 6 months.
I like the googly eyes. I wasn't thinking that deep into it.
Oh, maybe I overthink things. Maybe I don't. Who knows?
Yes, please. Looks like they are not really going anywhere, either of these robots. They're a bit stuck, I think, perhaps. Oh no, still moving, very, very slightly. Not sure they're going to go anywhere significant. We've got 50 seconds left. Who knows what might happen?
40 seconds remaining now of match number 48. Not a huge amount of life there from both our robots here.
They've got a couple of cubes stuck between them, I think.
Yeah, there's 2 bronze tokens in there. You can see some life from the QMC robot. You can see its webcam twitching every once in a while. Cranbrook, however, very dead.
Maybe they're just resting against the wall.
It could be, but there's only 8 seconds left. They might as well do something in that time.
That is the end of the match. Well done, teams.
Well, talking of suction cups, that match had a load of them.
But the thing is, they're really effective because they are really, if you nail them and get them right, they are really good for, well, picking up tokens.
Yeah, especially so QMC have both arms and a suction cup. So using the suction cup for the gold tokens, which is really cool, and just maximizing the amount of points they can get.
and it doesn't actually, what that means is it doesn't restrict them to just one strategy. So if they want to change mid-match from finding gold tokens to just scooping up bronze and silver, they can do that. They have the ability to make that transition.
Yeah.
Versatility, that's the word that I'm looking for. Bit of trivia, they're from Basingstoke, and their robot is called Ricardo.
There are some really good names.
There are some excellent names. I can't remember off the top of my head. There's a robot called Qbert. Keg's robot is imaginatively called Kegs, but you know, that's their robot. It's their school. They want to be proud of their school. They should be, because their robot is awesome. All their robots are awesome.
All of the robots are awesome. We have 42 seconds till the next match.
42 seconds. Oh wow,
Who is next?
I'm not sure because they haven't come up on the overlay. But let me check what I have going on here.
WMC HEA.
That's Hertzwood, Wisbeach Grammar School, Abingdon, and Headington.
Yes.
There you go. I got it eventually.
Abingdon and Headington, same thing. Same, very similar.
Yes.
Also, shout out to our duck friends here.
We have lots of ducks. We will talk about them after the next match.
3, 2, 1, begin.
Strong start from all of our teams here. Headington's going right for a bronze cube, but they haven't quite managed to get it into their own zone. Abingdon's going slow and steady, but they may end up scoring points for Hertzwood. I believe Hertzwood going for their tried and true strategy of trying to get a gold cube. I guess we'll see if they have any luck this time. It's been a bit hit and miss so far.
Oh, bit of tussle there between Headington and Abingdon.
A very aggressive robot hug.
Yes, driving full force straight into each other. A push of war yet again. Seeing a bit of a kick there in the Hertzwood Academy corner.
I'm certain that's a victory dance. It appears to have worked for them in this case. They've managed to knock the cube into their section with it.
They have, but just by a centimetre. It's also in Wisbeach Grammar's corner, so they also get some points.
Abingdon and Headington are still tussling over in this corner. Not sure either of them are going anywhere anytime soon.
The tussle between the robots there is still ongoing.
It's making some very concerning noises.
It really is.
Hopefully both teams' motors survive.
Yeah, fortunately they're not burning through our carpet like we have seen in previous competitions.
Wisbeach, over on the far side, have been making a few attempts to grab some cubes. I don't think they've been successful so far, unfortunately. Is Abingdon going to manage to shuffle out of this tussle here?
Just 15 seconds left now of match number 49. The tussle's still going strong. The rattling, I think, of the Abingdon's Omni wheels there. And there we go. End of match number 49. Very well done, teams. Very well done.
So we had some dramatic scenes between Hertzwood and Wisbeach with that gold token being on the boundary between the two, which I believe means that they both get the points, which is really ironic because this game is called Greed, not Sharing.
Yeah, sharing is caring.
Sharing
that's
is
all
caring.
we know. But
that's not the aim of this game. It's to be greedy. Everyone needs their own points.
But to be fair, that was like a really friendly game in terms of hugging.
Yeah,
like
hugging or attempting to get points by capturing a robot. I'm not sure how many points that will get you. But robots aren't worth points, unfortunately. But you're right, it was a very friendly game considering the nature of our of the competition this year. Some interesting trivia about Headington in the virtual competition is the way that they identified the gold token, because as you know, the bronze and silver are differentiated only by mass, and on the gold token, the actual marker is slightly higher off the ground, so that is actually how they used to tell whether or not they were looking at gold token, which must have taken quite a lot programmatically to figure out what was going on.
Just the amount of coding and whatnot, just I'm not very much of a coder, but like the amount, like it just seems like there's been so much effort into just perfecting their code this year. It's really good.
Awesome. We are 30 seconds away from match number 50. We are nearly at 100 matches, which is like a lot. We have a rookie Westminster City, we have the Ladies College London, we have Harris Westminster, and we have Brockenhurst. I am looking forward to match number 50.
Starts in 5, 4.
Please get out
3,
of the arena.
2, 1.
Out of the arena.
And there we go, match number 50. A very quick collision there from Harris Westminster, driving straight into the Ladies College Guernsey's robot, almost toppling it.
I think there's a chance it'll fall over yet. It looks like it's tipping over forwards. Not ideal. Oh, they've righted themselves though.
Yes, fantastic weight distribution there.
The Roomba is pushing cubes rather than gathering them over here.
It's cleaning, I guess. Harris Westminster climbing briefly our plinth area, and then fortunately dislodging themselves, not quite being able to grab a gold token there.
The Ladies College robot, who I'm assuming is called Travis, has run into a couple of walls and is now gathering tokens in Harris Westminster's section.
It's a silver and a bronze token, almost grabbed by them, but sadly not. The Roomba now trying to drive straight into our plinth arms. It's not a very successful strategy, but their boxes are very close.
The Roomba there is really running up against the plinth arm. It's not really going anywhere. While over here in WMC's corner, the robot is sadly not moving at all.
50 seconds remaining now of match number 50. That's great. We have
TLC is making another go for a cube. They're kind of running over it.
Yeah, and they're also facing the wrong way.
I don't know, maybe they're making a full loop of the arena.
I say that, and they do start slowly turning around.
They're not quite managing to grab it.
No, and that was dangerously close to giving points
Looks
to
like they may
Brockenhurst.
be about to knock it into the arcade section.
Yeah, actually, that is just on the line, which does give those points to Brockenhurst. That is a shame.
Has the Roomba gathered any cubes, or is it just moving them?
I can't quite tell. There are lots of tokens in this arena. It's hard to keep track quite of where they come from. There are some in their scoring zone and some not in their scoring zone. And there we go, end of match number 50. Very strong performances there from all teams. Very well done.
Well, we've gone from quite a friendly match to a very aggressive one. So, the Ladies College and Harris Westminster obviously just collided with each other. Like, we're not allowed to do Robot Wars, but that was very close to it.
Very close, yeah.
Yes.
Speaking of the Ladies College, as you all know, Student Robotics has a lot of teams from all around the country. The Ladies College are from Guernsey, and they have had to battle through a lot to get here. They've had ferry troubles, they've had to deal with the weather, and they've also had train strikes. So the fact that they managed to get here, and that hasn't knocked their confidence, it seems, because they are very strong. They are performing really well. That's very impressive.
And like even their robot just looks incredible. Definitely. Even though they got in like later than everyone else, they've still put so much effort in. And yeah, like congrats to them.
Yeah, exactly. A bit of trivia that I have about the Brockenhurst robot is called a Roomba because, as I quote, one of their team members said to me, "It's the cleaner of boxes and stuff." I don't know if that includes other robots, whether or not it's going to clean them up as well. So it's like, I am the only robot in this arena. I'm going to take all the points. But they are the Roomba. because they clean up
Hopefully,
robots and stuff.
they actually hoover up the carpet for us. Make it easier.
Yeah, at the end.
So we have 27 seconds into our next match. Who is it?
Oh gosh, it's Boston Peveril. Colliers, the duck team. We have SOG, St. Olaves. I'm pretty sure it's Olaves, and we have Haberdashers who are at the top of our virtual competition. I know
this is going to be a good match.
They are the peoples we look for.
Yes. Right, let's get into this.
2, 1, begin.
Speedy start from Colliers again. Not any movement from any of our other robots so far. Oh, Haberdashers is slowly turning.
They do like to prove people wrong.
And they're going for 2 bronze cubes there. They've only managed to keep one of them. Colliers appears to have just run into the wall. Now they're shuffling sideways over into St. Olaf's section.
Yeah, potentially trying to line up to a gold token, which is great, but they have no way of grabbing it. They can push the bronze tokens, fair enough.
I guess that's the problem with not being able to tell the cubes apart. You don't know what you can ram and what you can't.
Ideally, you don't ram anything. It's surgical precision for grabbing these tokens.
I feel like the best description of Collier's strategy is ramming.
I'm inclined to agree.
Oh, Habs rabbing straight into St. Olave's there.
It's a very aggressive robot there from Haberdashers. Got a minute remaining and not a huge amount of token movement in this match.
Colliers appear to be moving their own cubes a bit. Not much else, though.
They're just tidying them away, that's all.
Yeah, and the robot. They're all, nicely orthogonal with the wall now.
2 of them are, at least. Yeah, there are others that they can still clean up. They've got 30 seconds left to do it.
Habs making a go for a silver token there. They've grabbed it. Are they going to be able to get back to their home zone in time?
14 seconds. All they need to do is drive straight backwards. This could come right down to it. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No, sadly not, I'm afraid, Haberdashers, but a valiant performance nonetheless, and from all teams. Very well done.
And after that match, we have to talk about Haberdashers night bus. So it's named after one of their teachers, and they have all of the people who are in, who made the robot for them in all the windows. It's very cool.
It is very cool, and what's also even cooler is, I know we're going to go and talk about other stuff, but we have to talk about this. They actually have a gyroscope within their robot, which they're using to determine their bearing, to figure out in which direction they're going. So they're using the combination of sensors. They're using an ultrasound sensor, their camera, and a gyroscope to figure out which way they're pointing.
That's what we like to see.
This level of innovation is something that I'm always amazed to see. Speaking of things that we're amazed at, we are amazed at how many game points there are so far in this competition. Let's go take a look at our league table. Wow. Haberdashers are approaching the 1,000 game point mark, and right, so I've been volunteering with SR for about 6 years now. I've never ever seen game points this high. So I honestly think Haberdashers are going to be the first to break 1,000, which is going to be very awesome to see. What's also very impressive is, let's take Sherborne School are one of our rookies, and currently they are 8th in the league. They are top 10 and they're a rookie, which is phenomenal of them.
They've just gone straight for it. They've put so much effort in, and they've learned so much this year. It is really impressive to see.
Yes, and they are competing at that level, in the top 10, which is really, they must feel very proud of themselves.
Yes, and after that we have our next match.
We do, between MAI, the Raspberries, the cats and the Royal
ninjas,
Grammar
yeah.
Schools.
Begin.
Strong start from all of our robots. They are all definitely moving. MAI is going for the gold cubes again. RGS has already managed to grab one and
Yeah.
is taking it back to their home zone.
Yes, nicely carrying that over their head.
Are they
Almost out of the arena
almost
there. That
out
was
of
close.
the arena?
MAI have grabbed their own gold token, which doesn't actually give them any more points, but it is. They have accurately got it. They might be moving it out the way so that they can still catch one.
This does appear to be their strategy so far. They grab their own token and then go for someone else's.
It's a very, time complexity-wise, it's a very efficient way of getting quite a few points very, very quickly.
And they very nearly tipped that one over entirely into their section. At the moment, it scores points for both them and Cats College.
You spoke too soon there. That is all the way over, knocked over, straight
Very
through, just
nicely
in their scoring
done.
zone. Fantastic performance there. That's 2 gold tokens for MAI, 2 for RGS Guildford. Something Cats
And
College
it
are
looks
not
like
very
the
happy
two
about.
robots are running directly into each other.
Yeah, that's potentially at risk of damaging the artwork that's on the side of the MAI robot there, that looked like. The pointy metal arms of the Cats robot.
Meanwhile, RGS over in the corner are kind of gathering up some bronze and silver tokens and taking them back home. MAI, I think, may have been aiming to go for the gold token that is no longer there, which has scuppered their strategy slightly.
Yeah, that one's already been stolen by RGS, I'm afraid.
And now they get to run into the other robot as well.
Fantastic. We do enjoy a little bit of robot-on-robot violence. Just a tiny amount within the skirting of the rules, of course.
And RGS ramming straight into MAI's robot. I think if Cats moves any further, we're going to get a 3-way robot collision. Or not. End of the match. Well done, everybody.
Ooh, well, end of that match.
Yes. Robots collided.
Yes. Like, I know it's getting to the end of the day, but we don't need aggressive robots.
Yeah, not yet. That's for the knockouts, right?
Yes.
Speaking of knocking things out, I'm coming up really good with these segues, you know. Speaking of knocking things out, we have the RGS robot very nearly threw their gold token outside of our arena, which unfortunately not worth many points.
No, but it is like an interesting strategy.
It is an maybe they're really excited. They're like, yeah, let's go token, yeah. And
Or
they
they're
like
just trying
throw
to
it.
make sure no one else gets it.
No, exactly, because
Yeah.
no one else. That's an interesting way of making sure that no one else gets your tokens.
Yeah.
Because no one benefits at that
No.
point, because it's not in the arena. It's also interesting to see that the RGS, Royal Grammar School in Guildford, have also gone for the double suck and the double strategy, sorry, of the sucker and the pusher on the front of their robot. So they're able to adapt themselves and use the versatile strategy, the same as the robot with the googly eyes, which name escapes me unfortunately, but the fact that they can do that is very impressive.
Yes. And 30 seconds until our next match. Who's it between?
Match 53, we have Peter Simmons, Godalming, Ham, and Elton College. Match 53. These matches are coming through thick and fast. We're nearly at the end of the day. And I'm very excited for more robots tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yes.
Yeah.
And then going into the knockouts, it's going to be great.
It's going to be very exciting.
5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. Strong start from Eltham and from Ham here, both moving. Not seeing much from Peter Simmons, but Eltham has already managed to grab a couple of cubes there. I've just noticed they've got a slogan on the back as well. I will be back.
Will they really? Team Hamsters there getting slightly caught on one of the arms of the raised area there. We can see their right wheel moving. There's actually a bronze token hidden underneath there.
They're running all the way into that plinth there.
Yeah, that is, they've just engulfed that arm.
On this side, Eltham appear to have run into Peter Simmons.
Yeah, they both stopped moving, which is unfortunate. I think Peter Simmons may have had some problems in our team pits getting their robot to quite load in time for the start of this match. Hopefully that's something they can improve on in future matches.
Ham is still trying to go places, not really succeeding.
No, we can see just a little bit of vibration coming from them. Clearly as the motes are trying to turn, but not quite getting enough torque.
Some of the wheels are moving. Not all of the wheels and not all the time. But they are trying.
There's at least some movement. Yes, at least they are trying. In competitions like this, trying is very, very important. There's no point giving up. If you can try and happen to succeed, that's a lot better than just not trying at all.
"40 seconds left. "15 seconds, not much going on. And that is the end of the round. Well done, teams.
Not a lot of movement in that match, but some attempt at feats of strength as the Hampton robot very valiantly attempted to push our arena. But
Yes.
unfortunately, our volunteers here are excellent. They know how to stick down an arena center to make sure it doesn't move for exactly that reason.
Yes, especially just making sure it's completely flat as well, because otherwise robots do not like slightly different level surfaces.
They do not. It's interesting that you should say that, because this morning when Hills Road came in, yeah, you know where I'm going with
Yes.
this. The arms around the plinth weren't exactly level with the center of the arena, and Hills Road's strategy was to rely on climbing on top of the plinth and pushing the gold token with them. So what they actually did is, in the last minute, they added little slopes to the end of those arms, so a robot could, in theory, just kind of scoot onto the plinth.
Yes, very good indeed. And we've got about 55 seconds till the next match, and I feel like we have to mention one of the teams who are currently in the YouTube chat.
Oh yes, they are coming up. They are coming up, and that's Kegs, because they have appeared to have colluded and recruited people to give them moral support. As our producer looks at our chat and sees the wave upon wave of chanting of Kegs, Kegs, Kegs. Their robot is called Kegs. Teams are called Kegs.
Everything Kegs.
Everything Kegs. Kellogg's, maybe. I don't know. It has keg in it. Yeah. I don't know. But that's our next match between LGS Shelbourne, which is a rookie. We have
This very nice beauty.
with their shark theme.
Yes.
2, 1. Begin. And there we are, some nice movement there from Team MAI.
Yep, SHB looks to be lining up for a gold cube there. So are Hills.
Yeah, they're enough for the end. Start, yeah. Quickly.
Is Hills going to manage to get the cube this time?
No, just
Not
missing
quite.
it.
So close.
So close. That's unfortunate. That the mechanism they have there could be amazing at being able to accurately pick up those gold tokens, but sadly, there's some issue with quite being able to line up to it correctly that's just limiting them.
I think our most successful robot in this round so far is Kegs. They've been running off with a few cubes from Hills Road section.
Yeah, definitely. The Hills Road robot is not. They just sat there dormant as they try and pick up the gold, and in the meantime, Kegs is just stealing all of their tokens. Just 5, 6 even remaining in their zone.
Well, while not much is happening, I'd love to compliment the laser cutting on Sherbon's robot over there. It looks brilliant.
It's laser cutting almost for the sake of laser cutting. It looks amazing. I can't imagine how complicated that was to design, cut, and then assemble even. Must have taken hours.
Kegs is moving their own cubes now, I think.
I think you might be right. There is one less than there used to be in the Hills Road section, so it's possible that one of them does in fact belong
I think
to them.
they've managed to get a few cubes over, but they are just running into the back of most of them now.
Yeah, they are. There's a possibility this one ends up towards the Langley Grammar side, but we'll have to see whether that happens. There's 20 seconds remaining now, match 54.
Looks like Kegs is searching for more cubes, and they've managed to find some.
It's 13 seconds. Can they turn around in time?
Well, not with the cubes, they can't.
No, sadly not. And there we go. Match number 54 is over. Very well done, teams. Very well done.
Wow, excellent performance from King Edwards VI robot. They managed to secure a fair few tokens, which is awesome. We do need to talk about the robot from Langley Grammar School, so that's LGS. They are a rookie, and they have come out storming with their fabulous laser cut assembled design. As Jake said, must have taken them hours and hours to A, perfect it, and B, put it together and make sure that it all stays upright.
Yeah.
Which is all very impressive.
It's all very good. And we also have to note Hills' robot. So...
Former competitor.
Yes, hi. No favoritism at all.
No, not at all. No.
But their robot is made from an arm which was going to be used in 2020 before the pandemic hit. So there's literally all combined together for many, many years to create basically a Franken robot, which is quite good in terms of just reusing it.
It is quite impressive that they thought, oh, actually, that mechanism would have worked back in 2020. It's applicable now. We can just swap that in.
Yeah.
And from what I'm aware of, Hills Road has quite a substantial department, so they do have a lot of that knowledge sharing, which is really impressive.
Yes. Right, we've got 40 seconds until the next match. Who is it between? Let's have a look at the thing.
It is worth noting that Langley Grammar School have also been dealing with some server issues. So one of our volunteers, Dan, has written an entire new help desk system. He's part of the kit team, where when teams go to help desk, they log a ticket. And interestingly, Langley have been having some server board issues, which I can now tell you has been resolved after they untangled some wires. So there you go. Don't build a bird's nest.
Yes.
Pigeons don't want to sit in there.
Let's go to match 55.
3, 2, 1. Begin.
QMC is deploying their sucker right away, spinning straight for that gold cube and grabbing it in record time. That's what, 11 seconds they managed to do that in? That's very impressive.
Yeah, that's a gold token nicely in their scoring zone. Fantastic. Unfortunately, down here in the St. Ola's corner, their code appears to have an error in it. We can see the OK LED is red, which means there's an exception in their code, and sadly their robot is unlikely to move at all throughout this match.
They showed up though.
They showed up, yes, that's fantastic. They do get an appearance point at least.
Queen Mary's is still on the move, grabbing bronze tokens from St. Olave's section now. And that's a second bronze token in Queen Mary's section.
Yeah, Queen Mary's Team College there doing very well. slowly draining St. Olaf's scoring zone of tokens. They've started with a bronze. It looks like they're actually lining up towards a silver now, slowly approaching towards it.
They've been doing very impressively all day. They've managed to get the gold token quite consistently now.
They really have, yes. I think clearly they've been working very well throughout this year, and it clearly showing their strength in these competition matches.
All of that work is very much paying off.
Yeah, but sadly they just knocked that silver token. It was over the line, and now
And they
it's
might
not.
have a chance to take it back. There we go.
Yeah, there it is. It's 25 seconds left. Let's see, will it stay there? I think it probably will. Let's see, can they add any
It
more
looks like it's
to
going
it
for another bronze one. Is it going to have the time to bring it back? Oh, maybe not.
15 seconds. It might not be able to grab this one in
Yeah,
time.
it's going for one of the far cubes. I'm not sure that's the best strategy.
No, that may have been a mistake, and that might cost them the ability to get it back. Let's see. In 3, 2, 1, and game over. Very, very well done, teams. Very well done.
And match 55 is complete. So, Queen Mary's scoring a lot of points there, including a gold and a couple of other tokens.
Yeah, it's very impressive to see how they, again, use the combination of the vacuum sucker on the front of their robot and, of course, their scooper in order to both get the gold and other tokens as well. We had St. Ole's Grammar School, the team that came late, but despite them coming late, they are trying. They have got their robot in the arena, which is what matters. We also have a test arena at the top of the venue. No doubt they will spend a lot of time in there, both within the next hour and in the league matches tomorrow, because to reiterate, no one gets knocked out yet, so they can use this time to test their strategies and perfect them. It's only when we reach the knockouts in the second half of tomorrow where the competition does get more spicy, and we can see in the help desk system they have logged a ticket that they are unable to get their robot to move. So one of our fantastic volunteers from the kit team will help them work through that problem in order to diagnose it and figure it out.
Yes, and talking about our volunteers, there is no way that this competition can happen without them.
Exactly.
So how many do we have this year? It's like 50, 60.
60.
Yeah.
60.
Which is a lot of us.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot of blue.
Yes, a lot of blue shirts all walking around. So we've got marketing, kit team, competition team, anything. So if you want to, after this competition, if you're interested, then go to our website, you'll see all the details there.
Yeah,
but we've got 18 seconds till our next match. Who's it with?
Thank you for asking. It's with Wisp Beach, Haberdashers. Oh gosh, WMC. I will remember these acronyms by the end of today.
Wisp Beach Grammar.
Wisp Beach Grammar and Cranbrook. Westminster City, that's who WMC are.
Begin.
Strong start from Cranbrook. First one moving. Wisbeach is off as well. Westminster City is circling.
It's nice to see movement from all teams nonetheless.
Yep.
Oh, Cranbrook there, not quite being able to align with that gold token.
Having a very good go at it, but not quite getting there.
No, but they are a lot closer than the previous attempt. So they're definitely getting some level of improvement, which is great. I say that as they get dangerously close to giving points to their opponent, but still.
Not quite sure which way is forwards for that robot.
No, I can't tell either. I mean, we've seen a lot of robots that have grabbers on one side and webcams on the other, and in those cases, what's forward, what's backwards? Their eyes.
This one seems to have a grabber on the side.
Yeah, I think you're right. There's a grabber on the side, and there's a webcam somewhere. Maybe. I don't really know.
Well, besides Cranbrook, we've got Haberdashers having a good go for all of Westminster City's cubes, while Westminster City just slowly circles in its start zone. Wisbeach Grammar School managed to leave their start zone, but haven't really gone any further.
No, Haberdashers there, however, have stolen a bronze token, from Westminster City Schools. Starting zone. That is a fantastic score. Let's see if they can repeat that. There's plenty of bronze and silver tokens around in their zone, ready for the grabbing. Now, looking at their robot, I don't know if they have a strategy to actually be able to grab the gold tokens. It doesn't look like they have a mechanism to be able to do it.
I think their strategy so far has just been to gather as many bronze and silver cubes as they can.
I mean, yeah, they are a lot easier to be able to grab, and so potentially they're just going for raw numbers of the smaller ones is going to be able to equate.
They've been pretty successful with that approach so far. I mean, you can see they've got quite a few cubes in their area in this round.
Yeah, they definitely have. Some of them may have been donated by the Whiz Beach Grammar School robot who's sitting in there. Haberdash is there now, have a silver token in the back of their robot. Have 7 seconds left. Let's see, can they get it over the line? Yes, they can. Fantastic performance there from Haberdashers. And as the clock strikes 0, fantastic performance there. Very well on all teams.
And that match has finished. So that was our penultimate match of today.
Wow, we are nearly at the end of the first day.
Yeah, wow.
It's been a lot of robotics.
Yeah.
And I'm excited for more tomorrow.
Just the amount of like engineering work
Yes.
like today has just been incredible. Like, well done to all the teams, and I'm sure tomorrow is going to be even better.
Now, I'm not sure if... sorry to interrupt you there, but I'm not sure if this is because I haven't been paying attention, but I'm pretty sure Whiz Beach is the first robot that I've seen today with tank treads, which is pretty cool. We do see a wide variety of locomotion mechanisms. Don't know why I phrased it like that. Of movement mechanisms. So we have omni wheels, tank treads, and just standard wheels. But that's the first one that I've seen today with tank treads.
Yeah.
Which was interesting. And it's actually quite interesting to see the varying strategies that teams are using in order to not just grab cubes, but also retain them. Because we have seen cubes, robots where a gate opens up, the robot literally swallows the cubes, and then the doors fall, which means that obviously other robots can't steal them, which is a great advantage.
Very good idea.
Very
so
good
we have
idea.
35 seconds basically into the last match of the day.
Oh, I'm kind of sad because
Yeah.
there will be no more robots, but I'm not sad because I'll be having a burger tonight, so that will be good. Oh, because we volunteers need fuel. We're not robots. We can't go on forever, unlike these guys. But that is between Abingdon, Peter Simmons, the Ladies College, and Eltham in 14 seconds.
You got to finish those minutes.
2, 1, go. Strong start from all of our robots. They're all moving, which is great to see. Abingdon is running straight into the side of Eltham's robot. While Eltham appears largely unaffected and is grabbing all of Abingdon's silver cubes. Or most of them, at least.
Yeah, that's a benefit of the much larger robot. They can grab a lot more tokens than the smaller ones, much like Abingdon.
Abingdon is having a think about where it wants to go next, and appears to be aiming for one of the bronze cubes in Eltham's section.
I can't tell you which one.
It's lovely to see those Mecanum wheels. It just shuffles sideways so elegantly.
I know, I love these robots that use 4 Omni wheels to move around, because they can move at any direction they like depending on which you turn. It's an amazing way of driving around.
TLC have managed to grab a cube successfully. Are they going to keep it for long enough to get it back to their zone? Or are they just going to spin in circles?
I think they're going to spin in circles.
You should have more faith.
I probably should.
Abingdon is quite happily wandering over to the other side of the arena and is now shoving Peter Simmons' robot. While Peter Simmons' robot is running into the plinth.
Oh, there we go. Yes, nice.
Abingdon managing to just shuffle past there. I'm not sure if they're planning to go back to their home zone anytime soon. I think they've been the whole way around the arena at this point.
Yeah, just if they keep driving in a loop, you don't get any points for looping, I'm afraid. But I guess, again, it's a strategy. They might want to do it. It might be an accident. Who knows?
I mean, TLC currently have a gold cube in their section. I didn't notice who grabbed that.
I am somewhat concerned at the TLC robot trying to drive towards us. It's sort of menacing.
It is a little, isn't it? It's got like nice and soft puppy bits on the end of its grabber.
It has, and again, it's got googly eyes on it, and they don't look too menacing. If I start seeing angry eyebrows on it, then I'm going to be particularly concerned.
Where are the googly eyes? Oh yeah. That's the end of the match. Well done, teams.
And there you go. That was the final match of the league phase for SR 2023. Obviously, there are more league matches tomorrow, but there you go. That's the final match of the day. Very impressive from everyone involved.
Yes.
Peter Simmons, I'm not sure what they were doing with moving tokens between zones. Not their zones, unfortunately. So they were feeling quite generous by giving points away to other teams.
Last match of the day. You have to be at least friendly.
Yeah. I'm gonna coin it the Oprah Winfrey strategy.
Yeah.
You get a token, and you get a token, and you get a token.
Everybody get the token.
Everyone gets a token today.
Yeah.
Except Peter Simmons. But
Yeah.
hopefully.
After the shoving around of all the robots as well.
Yeah, exactly. There was some shoving. There's more shoving in that match.
Yeah. Just the nice, like, friendly nature straight into shoving.
Yeah, exactly.
Sums up Student Robotics quite well, doesn't it?
Well, I'd like to think that we're quite nice to each other over here. We don't bite.
Yeah.
We're not sharks, unlike Hills Road. They move from. Abington, they've come very well with their customization this year. Their robot is called Travis.
And they have the number plate.
They do.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that would be accepted by the DVLA,
No.
whether or not it's roadworthy, but they do have a number plate which adds to their customization.
Yes.
If we can, since we are at the end of the day, if we can take a quick look at the league table. Hopefully we'll be able to see what the current state is as we go into tomorrow.
We've got 2 teams past 1,000.
We have reached the coveted post 1,000 points.
Yes,
And
by
it-
Haberdashers and Queen Mary.
And it does appear that so Haberdashers and Queen Mary's and Kegs were the top 3 in the virtual competition, so it's not entirely surprising to see them at the peak performance now. However, it's still all to play for. We still have league matches before we go into the knockouts.
Yes. So after that, we're going to take a quick break.
We're going to take a quick break because I need to give my throat a rest. I need to go drink lots of water. I think.
So we'll see you in a few minutes.
See you in a few minutes. See you in a few minutes.
Welcome back. So this is the end of Saturday of Student Robotics. It's been a lot of fun. We've seen a lot of robot collisions, high drama, some good theft going on, both of all the bronze, silver and gold cubes. And yeah, it's been very exciting.
Yeah, it's been a
What
great
tomorrow
day.
brings.
Yeah. Shall we have a look at the league table?
Yeah, let's take a quick look. See where we stand.
So, for one of the first times ever, we have 2 teams over 1,000 points.
The mystical barrier of 1,000
Yeah.
points.
Howard Ashes and Queen Mary are definitely on top at the moment, but Keg and RGS are really, really close together.
It is very tight up there at
Yeah.
the top, especially the top 2. Only 2 league points between them.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens tomorrow.
But of course, anyone's game. So
Yes, because as how it works tomorrow, we still have some more league matches, and the standings may change tomorrow. We may see some other teams taking over, sliding up from the bottom to be the ones to beat, and then we'll have the knockouts. Do you want to explain how they work?
Yeah, so all teams, much like the same as the league matches, 4 teams together. Whoever gets the most points, I believe, in that match.
Yes.
So goes through to the next ones, and the other ones
I think it is
knocked out.
I think it is the best 2 go through, and the bottom 2 do not.
Yes.
I think.
Citation needed.
And there'll be a knockout system until we end up with our final with 4 robots, and then we'll see who will take first, second, and third place.
Yeah, so
It'll
look
be
forward to that.
exciting.
Right.
Yeah. So just a massive thank you to all of the volunteers that have helped. We could not have done any of this without the many, many people that volunteer, both today and also in the 6 months leading up to it.
Yes.
It's a lot of work, and very thankful to everyone that helps out.
Yes, and if you want to get involved, then look on our website, volunteer. Isn't it srrobo.org/volunteer? I believe it is.
I believe it is, yes.
Yes, so on there you can see all the details, how to get involved. It's very good fun. So, looking forward to seeing you there.
Yeah, worth mentioning as well, you do not have to be a student at Southampton if you want to get involved. You can be from any university, we're both creators,
Yeah.
so get involved. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and of course, thank you for watching.
Yes. And we hope to see you tomorrow for another day of
and the
Robot Fun.
sponsors.
Oh yes.
Yes, we can't forget the
We've got to
sponsors.
thank our sponsors.
So, especially, we have to mention Adventurous Machines, IT Dev, and the Electronics and Computer Science Department at the University of Southampton. Thank you all. So,
Yes. Their support enables us to do what we do and keep making robots and competing with them, and yeah. Thank you so much.
So, hopefully we'll see you tomorrow.
Yes.
For more league matches and of course the knockouts.
Yes, and we'll find out who our final winners are.
Yes, right. We'll see you then.
See you.